Ace Podcast.
This is the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast, episode 58. On today's show, we're going to be talking about net neutrality. What does it mean and how does it affect us as gamers? We're also going to be talking about stereotypes in gaming. Are stereotypes good? Are they bad? What are our opinions on it? And the best games or movies we've never seen or played. Listen to us as we talk about that, as well as our gaming segments, fan faves, gamer trivia, speedrun, and name the game.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 58 of the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Mack, and I'm here with my good friends, Garrett Laney.
Hello.
And Garrett, I think you've got someone special to announce today.
I do have someone special. Back by popular demand.
I'm back!
No, not you, Joshua.
Oh, damn.
Angelica.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
Yep. And last but not least.
But not least. Definitely
Just
not
kidding.
the least.
The other founding member of the podcast, the other good friend of the show, and honestly, the biggest gamer out of the three of us, Joshua Gerard.
What's up?
Hey, man. All right, so this is our episode right after the holidays, so we're fat and stuffed, and we're ready to talk games and stuff again. Hopefully, you guys all enjoyed your holiday with your family after this previous Thanksgiving. And we are the Super Co-op Squad, guys. Every week we talk about games, movies, comics, everything pop culture. We discuss them, we break them down, and we have some fun. This is going to be, before we get started, your terrible spoiler of the week.
I got it.
Oh, nice.
Savitar is Barry Allen.
Boom.
Dang.
So if you are a CW Flash fan, you just got spoiled.
I mean, that's not even a terrible spoiler. That's just straight up, like, if you're not caught up.
How many seasons ago was this?
This was last season.
Oh, that's enough. That's a year, man. We talked about this before another episode. A year is a year.
It's a good thing I caught up. I would have been so frustrated at you right now. I was just so upset.
Guess who didn't?
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, guys. But if you don't want to know the real spoilers for the week, make sure you check our show notes. You can go to scspodcast.com. You'll be able to check the show notes and skip the things you really don't want to get spoiled on. The show notes will also be a link in the details in the summary of this particular episode. So click that and you'll be able to know what's going on. So let's get into this, guys. So net neutrality. This is a big issue right now. A lot of people are talking about this. There's going to be a Congress vote on this in about a week or two, I believe.
Yep.
So we'll break into kind of specifically what it is, and then we're going to get very specific as to what we're going to discuss about it. And that's going to be in particular, how does it relate to gamers? Will it affect us good or bad or at all? And should gamers in particular care about this for their own gaming and other interests? So specifically, the actual definition of net neutrality is I got it right here because I knew I wasn't going to remember this. Got it right here. You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So net neutrality is the principle that internet service providers should enable access to all content and applications regardless of the source without favoring or blocking particular products or websites.
Exactly. So in layman's terms there, it pretty much means that whatever you do online, good or bad, whatever companies you go to, you have the ability to get the same amount of speed, bandwidth as any other website that you go to without them just determining what are fast lanes and what are slow lanes. So let's go around the board. We'll start with me here. We'll round robin it. What we think on net neutrality just in general, then we'll go specific. So I think that net neutrality for the most part is good. I think that honestly there needs to be some control, but extremely limited control, because there's a lot of examples of bad things happening and bad content on the internet with no control. And if you look at the real world on any open market, whether that's in a Walmart or a Target or just commerce on a global scale, there are rules in place. And, it's a free market, so there's very few rules. There needs to be one or two. But what they want with net neutrality and changing it is they want too many rules. I don't like that. And then whoever wants to go from there, clockwise or counter.
Sure. I'll go next. We're going to go in that order. Net neutrality, I actually didn't know that they revamped the rules in 2015 to make them a little bit more streamlined for everybody. I think it's good. I think everyone should have the ability to kind of go where they want, view what they want, and also not to be restricted to a certain speed or essentially payout that holds them back, similar to how we have cable. Well, we'll get into that in a second, but that's my piece on it.
I think net neutrality is actually a bad thing. I'm a little bit on the opposite, where Johnny, you think that, the internet it's a free market and it should have a couple of rules, because it can get, absolutely can get, grotesque. It can get just downright just evil. But at the same time, to me, the internet is kind of the the last bastion. You know, you can do whatever. It's like in Westworld, you know, basically the internet is Westworld. You can do whatever you want. And I think that should stay.
Okay. So that means you don't want, you do want net neutrality. You don't want rules.
Yes,
Okay,
that's true.
Okay.
Right. For me, like, this would only happen in the US. Like, it makes me so angry, and I don't think it's right. I mean, everyone's just money hungry, and I don't support it, so.
Yeah, I think that's a large part of it is the money. And just to very quickly go into kind of why this is an issue, if a lot of the telecommunications conglomerates can control the speeds that we receive or get to other websites, that means they control essentially what we use more often than not. And then companies that have, you know, specialized deals with these, you know, AT&T, Comcast of the world, to have their websites or their products or programs, Netflix and the like, move faster than, let's say, Hulu Plus, that's going to make it more likely that someone's going to choose Hulu over Netflix. Or sorry, Netflix over Hulu, because they won't have a problem with latency. They won't have a problem with download speeds, upload speeds. So those are issues that, you know, we're facing. To be candid, a large portion of the world deals with this as far as population, because China and other countries, they already have very strict regulations. You can't get very many websites in China. So, you know, that's not a good thing. I don't think any of us want to go there. I think we kind of all agree on that for the most part.
Yeah, no one wants to go to China.
No.
Sorry, no one wants to be like China.
Yeah. So
sorry, we don't want restrictions like China.
Specifically, how does this affect gamers? And are there any ways off the top of your head that you guys kind of see as issues?
Yeah, so specifically what this will target is bandwidth and speed. So just real quick, bandwidth is essentially maximum data transfer over networks and internet connection. They can control how fast or how slow you get your speeds. So as gamers, we're all about online gameplay now for the most part. If we have a limited amount of speed, we're not going to be running games at 60 frames a second. We're not going to be able to match make and, you know, have good host connections and be able to play, whether it be Overwatch or Call of Duty or anything like that. It's going to be so slow. It's going to be like dial-up days where you have to load and then you have to wait. And then if a connection disconnects, then you have to start all over. And that's terrible for where we've already perceived games to be now, where it's very fast, very convenient, and it's all on the fly. And we just live day to day, not realizing how it actually works. It just works.
Going back to the Stone Age of gaming, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like taking we've been taking the internet for granted, you know,
Yep.
And we're used to a way, as you said, Joshua, and for that to slow down or stop or disconnect or just outright not work, that is a huge step back for gamers.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I agree with both of you. And to kind of put it again in layman's terms here, let's say you have an Xbox. Joshua.
I do.
Joshua, we'll go Joshua.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
And sorry, Garrett, you got a PS4.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Now, if net neutrality is kind of redefined and there are a lot more regulations in place, and these telecommunications conglomerates are allowed to make independent deals on who gets fast lane bandwidth and who gets slow lane bandwidth. Let's say Microsoft and AT&T make a deal together and go, hey, you know what? We're going to pay you X amount of money, you know, 300 million, some crazy number, I'm sure, to have fast lanes. And we have more bandwidth access, because right now bandwidth is a finite resource. There's not enough bandwidth for everyone. So, you know, that's why you get slowdowns and latency and things like that. And they brokered this deal, so they get a larger portion, let's say, 40% more than Sony does. Now, anyone that has a Sony device and wants to play online, they have 40% less bandwidth, and they're in the slow lane essentially for their gaming.
God, what a disgusting future.
Right. And you as a consumer would have no choice, right? At that point, if you're online gaming, if you're playing Overwatch, Garrett,
no,
where are you going to get it? Or let's say it's flipped because you're an Xbox guy. Let's say all of a sudden Sony has, you know, the better, and you want to play Overwatch.
Yeah.
You're going to probably start playing on a Sony device.
I mean, most people probably would. Well, no, I need to play Overwatch, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's say you
Sony.
cut the game on and all of a sudden, you know, boom, you got, you know, the loading screen halfway through the game. You're dropping matches. You're going to stop playing your console of choice. And those are some of the issues.
It's one of those loading screens that doesn't rotate or glow or anything. There's no animation. So you think, like, did my game freeze?
Yeah.
Is it loading?
Or, Angelica, I know that you have a lot of subscription services for Hulu and Netflix. I mean, let's just say Netflix has some terrible deal and somehow I can't even think of like a terrible service. what's like one of those
Mixer.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Let's say Mixer has some sort of the deal where they start streaming content and now you can't watch Netflix. Like Netflix just loads terribly.
I would riot.
Yeah, right? Like these are the kind of issues that we face, and I think it's a real one.
That's something that I can see Microsoft doing, is to try and get their Mixer servers up and running and maybe slow down the Twitch ones. Twitch is even wildly more popular than Mixer.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, and next question here. So why do these big companies want this? What's in it for them, essentially?
Money.
I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much it. But also to have, if they're able to have more bandwidth or more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Access?
Not access, more like shares. If they have, more shares, or if they have a bigger install, they can create an install base. Or in the example that Johnny gave, if Microsoft has more to that, you're going to essentially have all those people start marketing for you, and you're going to get more people to come to you versus your competitors. So it gives certain companies a very competitive edge if they're able to have the, I can't put my words to it. Yeah, you're getting there. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and to add on that, I think you're 100% right. And the sad thing about it is there are so few actual companies that really deal in telecommunications that you wouldn't have options. So we're, for whatever reason, they're using a lot of examples. So we'll use another example here. So right now in California, or at least Southern California, if you want internet where you live, you normally have two options. Doesn't matter what options they are. There could be AT&T, Comcast, Verizon, all these different options, but in your specific area, you get two choices typically. That's it. So even if I wanted to say, oh, you know what, AT&T brokered a deal where Xbox is better, so I want to play with AT&T, but I only have Comcast in my area, and they so decided with Sony, I'm just out of luck. Like, there's nothing I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I wanted to switch to the better option, I can't. And that is a problem for gamers specifically.
Honey, we gotta move. All right, neighborhood over there got AT&T.
This house went up, and your house, you got to, it's just terrible, man. So that's another big issue.
So what I think is gonna, if this spreads into the gaming world and it goes, not in our favor, and then you have different issues where one is higher, one is lower, that affects cross-platform gaming. So now you can't really combine both the two because one's clearly going to be slower than the other. And it's not going to work out.
That's a great point I didn't even think about. Cross-platform gaming could definitely take a hit depending on, which companies broker better deals than others.
Like it barely even started.
Yeah, it hasn't even got off the ground yet. And
we got like 2 games.
Already burning it down. That's actually a huge possibility to really crush that, Joshua. I didn't even think about that.
Not to mention like download speeds.
Yeah.
If you want to download a game.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten to that point yet.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, download speed suffer. A lot of things could potentially suffer. I think the only thing about it for gamers that could potentially be good is that almost guarantee, we've been kind of saying some horror stories about, one company having fast lanes and one having slow, but Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are huge companies. Almost guaranteed they will have fast line preference. They will. Now, the issue that I see is, in particular, our servers for games, depending on how big that actual game developer or publisher is, not having fast lanes. So if I'm EA, my servers are going to have fast lane access because I'm going to pay for it. If I'm Random Game Studio making my first game ever, and I have an online game, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, for instance, I'm not going to be able to pay for that no matter how successful my game is. I don't have $300 million to kick out. I'm going to have slower servers.
Terrible.
Yeah, this is a problem, I think, for competitiveness in a lot of areas.
And especially when we're already used to it.
Right.
And don't even think about like the esports, scenario of it. A lot of it isn't too much online, but a lot of times, like say for like Overwatch, esports, they're playing like across from each other, but they got to sync up. They got to, they got to connect to each other. They got to be on the same server.
Yeah.
That can, take a hit too.
Yeah. So a lot of issues here, but I think in general, we kind of talked about it enough to where it's something that we definitely don't need, at least not in the iteration that they want to bring to us. It needs maybe some rules, a few here and there. Like, I'm sorry, but child porn, that's just not okay. Like, that needs to be slowed down.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Like, those, there are some things that they need to have regulations for, and there are none on the internet for the most part. But what they're trying to do right now is not okay.
But at the same time, it's going to be one of those things where, we all agree child porn needs to go. But then what if it's just something that offends a select group of people? And it's that whole kind of South Park Family Guy thing where if one person complains about it, it'll get shut down. Next person complains about it, it gets shut down.
I think there's still a way around that. And we don't want to break off too much in because we could talk about this for an hour. But if there are very basic rules, like there are very basic rules for like free markets and our consumer economy where you could buy what you want based upon price or who's doing what. If I know that, hey, Verizon has these restrictions on all this stuff and then AT&T only has 1, 2, 3 compared to the 20 things that Verizon is limiting, I'll go spend my money there to some degree. There still will be some options if they have very few limits. But if they limit it a lot, there's no options because you only get 2 in SoCal. So
exactly.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's our piece on net neutrality. Let us know your thoughts. Do we miss anything? Are there other aspects to this that we don't know? Are there maybe some good things? Because I did research for that, but didn't find much. Are there some good things? Let us know your thoughts. You can reach us, contact at scspodcast.net. All right. So our first game segment, fan favorites. So every week we pick 10 rapid fire questions and each of us answers to find where we stand opposed and united in fandom. So play along. Find out just where are your fan favorites and make sure you do that. You can go ahead and go to our show notes. There'll be a link right there called Fan Favorites episode 58. And there'll be one for the new episode 59 that's coming out next week. You'll be able to take both polls. That way your vote will have a say and your vote will count. So rock that vote like it's 2014. All right. So JG, I think you had the honor of fan faves this week. So what you got for us, man?
So I've been on this little kick. I don't really talk about it much, but I've been really on this Dragon Ball kick.
Oh yeah, you never talk about that.
I hardly talk about that anymore. I got a lot of flack and I just kind of put to the wayside. But
if by put to the wayside, you mean every other week.
Listeners are not counting like you guys apparently are. So you're in a Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. You're not in the tournament. You're watching the tournament, and you seeing this big old tournament of fighters duking it out, and you're going to actually wager. You're going to put some money on who you think is going to win in that fight. It's not about who's going to be the number 1, number 2 is out of these 2 characters that are fighting, which one you're going to put your money on, which one you're going to bet. So this is the Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. Fan Faves edition. Sorry, my voice cracked out. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Sorry, my voice cracked.
All right. So first off, who is stronger? Is it Goku in his base form or Vegeta in his base form?
Well, who do we want to win?
Who you're gonna put your money on to win that fight?
Okay. Oh, Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Goku.
Vegeta. Piccolo or Pikkon?
Piccolo.
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 Pikkon. Mr. Satan or Hercule, as we kind of know him, or King Kai?
King Kai.
King Kai.
King Kai.
King Kai. Krillin or Tien?
Krillin.
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 I'm going to say Tien. Yamcha or Videl?
Videl.
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 I'm going to say Yamcha. Bulma or Chi-Chi?
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
Bulma.
Chi-Chi. Perfect Cell or Goku Black?
Goku Black.
Goku Black.
Goku Black.
Goku Black. Android 17, which is the male one, or Android 18, which is the female?
17.
18.
18.
17. Golden Frieza versus Kid Buu.
Kid Buu.
Golden Frieza.
Kid Buu.
Golden Frieza. And last, Broly versus Beerus.
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 Oh. Broly.
I'm going to say Broly.
All right, let's break it down,
So
my friend.
Wasn't too much, right? You guys know all the characters.
That was pretty good.
All right, so first, Goku base form versus versus Vegeta in the base form.
Goku just doesn't lose.
Vegeta's the Prince of all Saiyans.
Yeah, what good has that done him?
I mean, honestly, in the beginning, he was wrecking up that whole team.
Yeah, but then who won?
Okay, so this is how I see it. I think Goku has more talent, as we've discussed before. Vegeta, I think, has a stronger base, and he's stronger is just as far as skill set.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason why Goku beat Vegeta is with his Kaioken. We're stripping out Super Saiyan, we're stripping out Kaioken, we're stripping out all the extra power-ups. We're just talking base. Vegeta is stronger than Goku in his, without any of that other stuff.
Well, I mean, for me, I think Vegeta he works harder, man.
Yes, he does.
Absolutely,
He's a
he works
try harder.
and unfortunately, he never surpasses Goku ever.
True.
That's not true. He does surpass him, but it's only for a split second.
There we go.
And that's it.
I just like guys that work hard. Goku just has it handed to him, just slacking off.
I agree 100%, but facts show.
I can't argue that. You're right.
I just liked Vegeta. Sorry.
You like the bad boys, don't you?
Yeah.
So listeners, they sided with Garrett there, 58% for Goku to 41% for, vegetable.
All right. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Cause all their names are based off like vegetables. Kakarot.
Oh, okay.
Vegeta.
I was like, what's Goku based on?
Yeah. Carrot.
All right. Next up, Piccolo versus Pikkon. You guys all know who Pikkon is?
Nope.
Seems familiar.
So,
I know I've seen him before.
Pikkon was in the tournament before before Majin Buu showed up, and Goku fought him. So he's another Namekian. He's pretty strong. Goku barely edged him out.
Why they gotta give him lips like that, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Pikkon is stronger than Piccolo. You only see Pikkon earlier in that series, and you see him in one movie. I think he was stronger at the time and has more abilities than he can do. We don't know if he can. I mean, he's Namekian, so he can probably heal himself and regenerate. But I think he's just stronger. But we don't know where he's at, so he's been gone for a while.
Probably dead. Well, you guys gave me on my Pac-Man. 91% chose Piccolo, and a little sliver of 8% of that pie chose Pikkon. Most likely because you didn't know who he was like the rest of us besides Joshua.
Yeah, he actually did die. I don't know if they resurrected him though.
I mean, if we didn't know who he was, you think the Z Fighters knew? They just left him dead, man.
Well, he wasn't a Z fighter, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't know who he was.
All right. Next up, this was just a fun one. Mr. Satan or King Kai.
I mean, do we even have to say King Kai? Like,
do you ever really see him fight though? You know he has the move. Well, you don't even know if he has the moves. He knows things, and he's given the ability to pass them on.
He knew the Kaioken.
Does he actually use the Kaioken?
It doesn't matter. The fact that he knows it already puts him above Hercule, Mr. Satan.
Technically, yes, but you don't really see him do anything. That's why I kind of threw him in there, even though he could probably.
Joshua, do we ever see Hercule do anything?
Can we stop this? Stop this farce? Do you really think Mr.
No, I don't.
Okay, then what are you arguing?
We have to talk about something, don't we?
We can talk about how pathetic Hercule is. Just pathetic. And the listeners agree, because 100% said King Kai would whoop up on him. He didn't get not one
He's
vote.
the champion of the world, though.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Krillin versus Tien.
This is a hard one.
I went Krillin. I mean, the joke is, yeah, Krillin always dies, but he's a fighter. He's been there since the beginning with Goku. Tien just kind of shows up with a third eye.
He doesn't show up. He was one of the main bad guys in Dragon Ball. And,
man, I didn't watch Dragon Ball.
Goku befriended him to help stop what at that time was King Piccolo. So
yeah, Piccolo's the big bad boss there.
Yeah, so I think Tien has not only more abilities, he has a bunch of different things that he can do. His third eye is pretty devastating once he is able to use it. I think he would outdo Krillin just in the long run.
Is it ever stated what is Tien human?
He's human, yeah. He
just has a third eye?
He's awakened like another part of like his spirit.
Gotcha. Like a monk.
Yeah, correct, right? I'm right in that, right? So I remember. Okay, cool. Yeah, Krillin would win. I'm sorry. He's got the Destructo disc, man. That thing's a beast.
Super cool.
All of Tien moves take too long.
Yeah, based on the show, yeah. It does summon.
Takes so long. Another Pac-Man, guys. 91% to the 8% for Tien. So good job picking Krillin.
All right. Next up, I thought this was entertaining. Yamcha versus Videl.
I just feel Videl is an actual, like, competent fighter.
Okay. I want to hear Angelica's thought on
She
that.
looks like a badass.
Well, it's because she is.
Yeah,
Earlier on. Later on, she just becomes, the mom that stopped fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, though, Gohan becomes just like an accountant or something, so.
Yeah.
No, he goes to school.
I thought that was weird, because he's like, at the time, he was stronger than Goku.
Yeah, he is supposed to be the strongest as far as his ability, as far as where he could get to.
Yeah.
But he doesn't train, doesn't work out. Like
his mom made him focus on school, so he had to stop fighting.
Man.
All the moms out there, don't let your kids focus on school. Let them fight. Let them fight. All right?
You're destroying their potential. I picked Yamcha because Videl, I think, has a better core and is better base, but Yamcha has super moves, and Videl can't do anything about
I mean,
that.
there's the Wolfang Fist.
Yeah. I'm surprised you know that name, sir.
Well,
I was actually surprised to hear that
It
too.
has Wolf in the title, guys.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But no, because he has different abilities, Videl doesn't have a
Let me
chance.
tell you, you're not going to see any memes of Videl knocked out in a crater.
That's true,
That's
but
a fair point.
Yamcha's the butt of all Dragon Ball.
Yeah, he is. So 66% chose Videl to the 33% choosing Yamcha from our listener poll. So Videl takes the pie, literally. All right. Bulma versus Chi-Chi.
Angelica, I'd like to hear your reasoning on this pick.
I love the name Chi Chi because that's my dog's nickname.
There we
So
go.
Okay.
That's why I
Fair
chose
enough.
her. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Chi-Chi's feisty, man.
Mhm.
And
She
sure,
is.
sure, Bulma has her tech, but this is a battle of just fighting. There's no tech involved. So Chi-Chi would whoop up on her. I mean, she deals with Goku on a daily basis.
No, I get that. She definitely has that mom factor. The whole, mama bear, the thing. I don't know. I just feel Bulma is more centered and she'd probably outsmart Chi-Chi.
I mean, yeah. I mean, in Bulma's defense, Bulma gets a lot feistier in Dragon Ball Super over time, but Chi-Chi's like raw.
Yeah.
Like Goku is scared of her.
Right.
Vegeta is not scared of Bulma. I think they both have that mutual respect where they're both just like badass towards each other, but Chi-Chi can lay it down.
I agree. And listeners split the poll 50-50.
Ooh.
But Chi-Chi wins. Because of us.
Yeah, I think because I'm the only one that picked Bulma.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, Perfect Cell versus Goku Black, which if you didn't watch Dragon Ball Super, you have no idea who
Yeah,
Goku Black is.
Goku Black is the evil Goku when his body's taken over, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just Goku.
Yeah.
So.
It's a little bit more than that. I don't want to get into too much detail, but this new form of Goku's body can actually replicate how he evolves, and it's at a much faster rate. And because it's Perfect Cell has Goku cells, but at the rate that Goku Black actually evolves is way too much for Super Saiyan Blue. And I don't think Perfect Cell could defeat Super Saiyan Blue. Had a hard enough time in, Super Saiyan 2. So.
Yeah.
Nerd.
I like this show.
All right. So listener poll, 66% said Goku Black to 33% saying Perfect Cell.
It would be a fun fight, though.
Well, not if you're in the crowd.
Yeah.
It'd be fun for about 2 seconds before you get obliterated.
Yeah, probably. All right, next up. Andrew.
Andrew.
That's their nicknames. Android 17 versus Android 18.
I mean, one of these is still alive.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
Actually,
though.
they're both still alive.
What the hell's 17 doing?
Spoilers. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
He's
Story
a
reasons.
farmer.
Yeah,
You
but I
just said you were going to tell me.
I lied.
Okay.
No, for real, though, he is a farmer.
Badass chick versus farmer.
Well, maybe now, yeah.
Well, hold on. Why would 18 still be considered badass after Z? Of course, Super, she does stuff. But in Z, she just becomes a mom.
A badass mom, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17, I think he was the stronger android personally.
Yep, I believe so
yeah,
too.
he was a stronger one.
More feisty in the sense that they both wanted to fight, but he was always the one who was like, "No, we're gonna go there and we're gonna destroy everybody."
Yeah, he was burning people down, man, heartless.
Yeah.
So, listener poll, 17 lost this one. Android 18 got 66% of the votes to the 33% for Android 17.
All right. Next up, Golden Frieza versus Kid Buu.
I don't think Frieza will ever be stronger than Boo.
Is Golden Frieza, I assume there's differences between, the 100% final form Frieza and Golden Frieza.
Golden Frieza is his next evolution as far as power. If you have not seen Resurrection F, that's where he was introduced.
I have not seen Resurrection.
Yeah. Would you argue that Super Saiyan Blue would have beat Kid Buu?
Absolutely.
Golden
No question.
Frieza is just as strong as Super Saiyan Blue.
I mean,
Right.
I watched Resurrection, and that's not the impression I got, but
Well, I'm not going to go into the story detail, but what do you think, Angelica? You said Golden Frieza would win.
I did, just because Kid Buu is freaky looking, so.
he's weirdly shaped. Yeah, he had holes on his body. He's a weird shaped dude.
Yeah, Golden
agree.
Frieza is stronger, and I think would just demolish Kid Buu, even if Kid Buu just continued to train.
Is it just me, or like, Would you want to take a bite out of Boo just to like see what he tastes like? He
No.
looks like he's made of
No, I
like
think that's just you.
Laffy Taffy material. Like, I would just want to be like, all right, we could fight, but first let me just
I see where you're going. Would not make an attempt at it.
So Garrett likes to taste Nintendo Switch cartridges and would eat Kirby. And now Johnny, we found out would eat Boo.
I mean, just lick him. Like
That's not what you said. You said take a bite.
Take a munch.
Laffy Taffy.
You know, something like that.
A Laffy Taffy.
So Kid Boo won 66% to Golden Freeze's 33. And last one, JG.
All right, this will be an awesome fight to watch. Broly versus Beerus.
Beerus is a god.
I think if Broly had all the potential unlocked, because essentially his power level just kept growing and growing and growing, I think he would rival Beerus.
If ifs and buts were coconuts.
Then we would not be hungry?
Nope. You tried.
I mean, if Goku can beat Beerus.
Well, Goku didn't beat Beerus.
He can't beat Beerus.
Well, he saved the world.
Yeah.
From like Cake, man. Cake won.
Yeah. Cake is strong.
Pudding almost lost it, though.
Yeah.
The world almost got destroyed because Boo ate all the pudding.
Yeah. Sushi too.
Yeah, but I think it would be a fun match to see.
Yeah.
Listener poll split 50-50 right down the middle.
Yeah, I believe so are we.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, is
is that our first ever tie? Tie? Even on tiebreaker?
Yeah, it's the only way this could
us.
ever happen is because there's exactly 4 of us today. Any other normal week. So yeah, you guys might never get this again. So listeners should enjoy this perfect tie.
The next email will break the tie.
Yeah, normal. Next email breaks tie. Yeah, because normally there's only 3 of us, so there's always a majority. So enjoy that, guys.
So Broly would have won.
Probably, yeah. So yeah, that's fan favorites, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Give us some themes for next week's fan favorites. Reach out to us, contact@scspodcast.net. All right. So stereotypes in gaming. So as gamers,
I prefer stereo, maybe like Dolby 5.1.
Yeah, that's a little bit better. Surround sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, not that though, not audio. Preconceived notions, stereotypes in gaming about gamers. So this is something that I think a lot of people have one way or the other. It's just a byproduct of our hobby.
Yeah.
And a lot of times there can be some good stereotypes. For instance, when people say, not that I believe this in any way, but people say like, Asians are all good at math. That's a stereotype. Not a bad one, but it's a stereotype. It's good for you to be considered good at, smart. But these stereotypes, I think, are some negative ones. So we're going to get into them, what we think about them. Is there any fact or is it just all fiction in there? So, stereotype number 1, gaming is guys only and only a few girls game.
Let's see. In my opinion, I don't know too many girls that game. I don't think it's for guys only. Like there are, in my experience, a few girls that do enjoy gaming. So this is a stereotype to me that seems true.
Okay, fair enough. JG?
I think this used to be true, several years ago. If you look at gaming and how it is played now and how it is trending on not just social media, but Twitch, live streaming, you see a lot more female gamers now. You don't see them as outspoken on the street, like, hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm a gamer. You don't see that. But when you actually look at all the videos and actually go to conventions and cons, there are just as many female gamers, if not more, than males. So back then it was a stereotype. Now I think it's just, you don't see it as much in person, but it's definitely there.
All right. Angelica, what do you got on this?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I know
Joshua.
Yeah, with Joshua. There are like certain games that are like how you guys never play Animal Crossing.
Oh,
like,
you listen to that episode?
Oh, I listened to all the episodes. Okay, I got a lot to say. But like it's different for girls because they play different games, but a lot of girls are gaming.
Yeah, I 100 believe that this is a myth. This is not true. There are many girls that game. And I think one important thing to note is that there's a lot of forms of gaming. And one of the bad things I think about the stereotype of people saying guys are gamers and girls are not or whatever is when people say, well, girls are gamers too, or these people are gamers, we limit ourselves by saying, well, that's not gaming. Well, now you just put a stereotype about what gaming is, an even bigger niche when they're doing the same thing you're doing, but they're enjoying it in a different way. And I think that's what people are looking at. Well, this person, this girl, this guy is not gaming 7 hours a day. They're not a gamer. They are.
I 100% agree, Johnny. Mobile games are not gaming.
I'm sorry, Garrett. They are. I know you don't like them, but it's a form of gaming.
Angelica's giving you the stare right
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Phone games are not games, babe.
All right, buddy.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's not true.
So just to give you some quick information, so the ESA, they had a poll and a survey about 3 years ago, 2014, that they did across a wide variety of different people. They figured they learned through their poll about 52% of the people that call themselves gamers in their poll were men, 48% were women. This was 3 years ago now, so that's gone up quite a bit, I'm sure. But the numbers are pretty even compared to what one might believe as far as people that consider themselves gamers on both genders. So I think we can say that this one for sure is fiction. Next one. Gaming creates violent tendencies. Fact or fiction?
100% fiction. Absolutely.
I think that yes, I think it's fiction. I think that people have created their own like ideas on what makes people do violent things. And it never stops. It never stops, man. Back in the like 90s and early 2000s, people were saying music from, Eminem and Nine Inch Nails or whoever was making people riot and kill people. And now it's games. And sometimes it was movies. Like media doesn't do this to people.
There's a point where even Dungeons and Dragons, that had people speculating that, oh, well, if your kid plays Dungeons and Dragons, he's going to kill everybody.
Yeah. So that's a bad thing.
Yeah, people try to compare it to a lifestyle. Oh, this murderer played games, so games influence that. I mean, if you were in a drunk driving accident and you said, oh, alcohol, you saw someone drink, so you're not. I mean, you can't really compare it to the lifestyle. But I think this is a myth or it's fiction. What I do believe though is gaming doesn't create violent tendencies. It creates mimics for kids. So you see a lot of kids that are playing violent games that are acting violently, but they're playful about it. They go bang, bang, shoot, shoot, and they're imitating that they're shooting a weapon. But I don't think they would really do that in real life if they knew what it would do.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, kids who watched in the 1960s cowboy movies went bang, bang, I got you, you're dead, cowboy.
Yeah.
Like, that's no different.
Yeah, cops and robbers, I mean, play fighting, that whole thing, wrestling or whatever.
Yeah, but that doesn't create a tendency where when they grow up, that's exactly what they're going to do because that's how they played when they were kids.
Yeah, agreed. All right, next one. Gamers are socially awkward or socially inept.
To me, there is a shred of truth in it. There are those people that are just maybe like antisocial or, just don't want to talk to people, don't want to socialize. They just want to play video games and, stay and shut in. There are those people that do that. Is that because of video games? Probably not. But there is a select few of people that play video games that are that way.
Now, would you say there are more people that are slanted that way for this hobby than others? Are there more people who are socially inept that game rather than, I don't know, anything else?
I don't know. I'd say another probably stereotype of a hobby would be like anime. Like people that watch anime, maybe kind of the same thing, locked up in their basements with their, Dakamura, I forgot what they call them, body pillows.
The express opinions of Garrett are not reflected by the entire Super Co-op squad.
No, I'm saying that's another stereotype. I'm not saying that is a fact.
You have any ideas on this, Angelica?
I think it's true.
Yeah, okay.
This is gonna sound weird, but I don't have like a lot of friends and I'd rather just be home playing something. So it's not that I'm socially awkward. Like I'm normal if I want to be, but I'd rather be at home playing.
Okay.
There you go.
Anything, JG?
Yeah, there's definitely some truth to this. I think what it does or what it can do is games, I don't think make you socially awkward to a degree. You may already want to be by yourself, don't engage, don't talk to a lot of people. And then getting immersed in a virtual world allows it where you don't have as many interactions to be more social. So when you go out and you try to be social, it appears that you're really awkward because you don't interact the way most people do in a setting. Very similar if you don't do a sport and then you get thrown into a sport, you're not going to really mesh with the team. You're not going to get that same experience of bonding with a teammate or what a sport will do because you never really played sports, and sports usually is a bonding moment. It's a family thing. And if you just get thrown in there, it might be really weird for you at first.
Okay. So what you're saying is because other people don't play. So can you break it down a little bit?
I feel that because you're not engaged in how other people normally do things.
I get you. Okay.
That when you first attempt it, everyone else thinks you're weird and awkward.
Okay, I see your point.
Because that's their norm, that's what they're used to, and you're just kind of new to that.
Okay, so what you're saying is because people are gaming such a large degree, these socially inept people, when they try to kind of push themselves back into society, they don't know how to do it correctly. So that's what you're saying, kind of?
That's the way to put it, yeah.
Okay, so I thought about this a lot. I kind of had the task of kind of coagulating and putting everything together that we do every week at the end. So I get a chance to kind of maybe ruminate on these a little bit more. And at first I was in your guys' camp. I was about gamers being socially inept, socially awkward. Then I thought about it a lot and I thought, okay, well, what's a root cause? Like, why would someone think that? And this is what I came to. Okay. So I'm going to do a little story time. So Garrett, about a week ago, after our first D&D session, which I'm very excited to start next week.
Next looking
Saturday.
Forward to it.
Yeah. We went to go pick up my son from his babysitter at a family member's of my wife's.
Oh, okay. That's a good story.
And when we got there, they knew that we were playing a game. They didn't know which one. And we went in and they were like, how did your play date go? So they knew we were playing a game. They didn't know which one. They didn't care which one. They didn't have any ideas of what we played. But because they knew that it was some sort of game for nerds, they immediately made sure to kind of denounce it and belittle it.
Yes.
And we were both, and including Vivi, we were all very hesitant to say at all what game we were playing. Now that could come off socially awkward, right? That we didn't respond. But it wasn't because we were not able to speak. It was because they were already immediately belittling what we were doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably how it is for a lot of gamers and nerds, where you don't want to talk to people about your hobbies or interests because you're afraid, possibly rightly so, that they're going to just give for it. For no reason other than that they don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, had it been us watching college football that day, we were having college football game, little bash at our house till noon, drinking beers and knocking back pizzas, they would have not said, how was your little game day? They would have said, how was the game?
How was the game?
Yeah. How was it? Who won? What was the score?
Yeah.
And it would have been much more acceptable. So based upon people and how they respond to gamers and nerds on what they do, I think that's what makes it look like we're socially awkward sometimes.
Yeah. There's another side story. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. John, you were there. We were with someone who will remain unnamed at a card shop or a game store. And we were trying, you know where I'm going with this?
Yes, I do. Please continue.
Okay. We were playing, they had like sample games and everything. And so, one of the sample games that we played was called Say Anything, where basically someone asks a question and the other people kind of answer what that person would think or their version of that answer. And so I think one of the questions was, what's like the nerdiest thing you can do? To which the person who will remain unnamed, answered, playing Magic the Gathering in public. and pointed at a group of people next to us playing Magic the Gathering in public. This person continued on to be an avid player of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. So there's even layers in how nerds look at other people's nerdy hobbies.
Yeah.
Terrible thing. Shame on you, person. So the other thing I think about this is I don't know if gamers are socially awkward or inept, because I look at like how the world has evolved and how we all, talk to each other and find ways to communicate. And I think gamers are at the forefront of that. Discord, Twitch, Skype, Google, all these different programs all these programs that are specifically used that started off in gaming. Gamers created these things to talk, instant messaging. These are things that gamers used to find other gamers to chat with because they couldn't easily find those things in real life. It wasn't because they couldn't chat, it's because they didn't want the embarrassment or the ridicule. So I think that honestly, they're not inept or awkward. They just can't easily talk about their hobbies with other people because of the shame of it.
No,
or the perceived shame.
I do believe that the outside people, the people outside of this scope and this realm of gaming can look at it that way. can see that, that person plays, World of Warcraft. So, they're not going to want to go out to see a movie or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Gamers are lazy. Lazy.
Okay. All right. Stick with me on this one. There is, to a degree, truth in this, I feel. The reason being is because, okay. So, Joshua, not calling you lazy at all. But Johnny, earlier, right when we started, you said the biggest gamer out of all of us would be Joshua. And that's not because we don't like video games. We don't have the time to play video games. Joshua, you had of course you work and everything. You're busy as well.
Yeah, I have a job.
Yes,
Just let everybody know.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know. But, a couple weeks ago, you had, 2 weeks off?
Yep.
Yeah, due to,
the back
your
injury,
back issues. But you were able to just, burn through games. You completed Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the where I'm going with this is that you have to be a gamer, means that you have to take time off from doing anything productive or constructive. You have to sit down on a couch or, play on your bed or whatever to play a video game. There's other things you can be doing. Does that make you a lazy person? No, but it is I suppose, lazy act.
Okay. Before you answer, because Angelica's here, I want to see what she thinks. Because at some point, you guys are, you'll have a spot together or something. So I want to see what you think about gamers playing all day.
I don't think gamers are lazy. I mean, I work like 10-hour days sometimes and I just want to come home and play. I'm not lazy. I work really, really hard and I just want to have a little fun.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Joshua, you go.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to counteract what Garrett is saying. I enjoyed playing my 90 hours of Horizon in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. And what else am I going to do when I'm supposed to be laying in bed anyway? I think it gets to a point where if you're sacrificing necessities in your life, you need to eat, you need to go to work, you need to pay your bills. If you're not doing what you should be doing in that aspect to take care of your family or your life, then I think you're being lazy and you're making a choice not to do what you need to get done.
A quick counterpoint to that. People, for me anyway, and I think Johnny, to an extent yourself, I mean, when you're into a game, not calling out work, but sometimes I forget I'm hungry. And
that's
I just
okay.
want to play my game and I'm not hungry or tired. Johnny, you said you played till 5 a.m. Mass Effect the first day or something like that?
Yeah, there was a point where I played like 10 hours straight. Like my fingers literally were hurting as I uncrinkled them from around the controller.
Now, did you stop? You stopped just sheer exhaustion, or did you stop? I gotta get something to eat.
Oh, literally, it was like I needed to use the bathroom, and like my eyes hurt, like I couldn't see.
Yeah. So but that's a little bit different. If Johnny chose, though, you know what? I need to eat. I need to sleep. I'm pretty much at the point of death. I'm still not gonna do that.
Okay.
Because my body needs it. No, like if Johnny neglects his kid. Because I know Grayson's out there crying. I don't need to pick him up. Just let him cry for another 3 hours until I finish this quest. Like, no. Right? Like, there's a point where you need to stop.
Yeah.
Put the controller down. The batteries are dead for a reason. Take a break.
All right, let me chime in on this. This was a good one. This was a hot button here, apparently. I actually do side with Angelica and Joshua. I think both you guys had really good points. Angelica, you had said that you get off work, you want to chill. This is how you want to relax. That's 100% cool. And Joshua, I think your point was really great that you were saying if you're not neglecting the things in your life, then you could do what you want. And there are times I think that you can go outside of moderation, Garrett, like I did and just game for 10 hours. Crazy, but did I do that every day?
No.
4 or 5 times a week? No. And, as long as you're taking care of yourself and doing your things that you're supposed to be doing, then you can do what you want. And I only reference this because I think it's important to say is that it's become in our culture a good thing to Netflix and chill, right? Binge watch. So it's okay to binge watch a whole show, 9 hours, and that's almost like applauded, right? Yeah. Like if I watched all of Punisher in a day and a half. Oh, dude, I did it in 9 hours. That's a good thing, but gaming all day is bad? What the is the difference?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So I think that if you do say that gamers are lazy, which I don't, but if you do say that, then everyone who enjoys their hobby to an extreme degree is also lazy. Fair. If you do say that about them.
Fair.
But I don't think gamers are lazy. All right. Last one here. video games are a waste of time.
I'll just chime in real quick.
Ooh, Joshua's
Damn. I was ready to go.
Well, sorry. All I was going to say is because we talked a lot about the last topic. I think it goes in the same vein on if they're lazy or not. It's not a fact that gaming is a waste of time. It's a hobby that we enjoy. Angelica pointed out it's something we choose to do and we like to do. It's a form of entertainment. I don't understand, and I've gotten into some topics with my dad on this. What is the difference between playing a video game for an hour versus watching TV for an hour?
So really quick, I just want to say that I have seen it happen in not only my life, but many, many of my siblings, my cousins and other family, where if they are watching TV, no one says anything. If they turn on a video game, all of a sudden, someone will tell them, a parent or someone, go do some chores, go do this or that. Why? I was watching TV and no one said a dang word to me. But as soon as I cut on a game, you think that it's a problem. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
I was going to leave it at that. I mean, the only difference is you're probably, and in all cases are using, I guess you could say, more brain power, your dexterity in your fingers. Like you're technically doing something. You're still staring at a screen, but you're using another part of your brain.
No,
so
yeah, you're playing video games is to me more active than watching TV. You're literally just sitting there watching things transpire. And we've talked about it in previous podcasts. When you're playing a game, you have to, there's timing. There's, you have to puzzle solve or solve puzzles, that kind of thing. But from my point, video games are absolutely not a waste of time. And this is, I'm going to go on not emotional, but I'm going to go in the emotional direction where video games, you have the story, it's art. You can really appreciate what people do. You can appreciate how things happen. There's the music. There's, just character designs. There's characters that you love and story. It's a passion. And I don't think anything that can be a passion is a waste of time.
Okay. A very passionate answer.
Thank you.
Angelica, what do you think?
I know that there's been surveys done about doctors playing video games and being better, performing in their surgeries.
Okay, yeah.
So what is this question?
Yeah, it's got some real world
Yeah,
application.
hand-eye coordination, and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. All right, I'm going to give you guys a very Johnny answer here.
Here we go.
All right, so I do think video games are a waste of time. I do. Honestly, I do. But hold on. Let me spin this.
Ooh.
Let me spin this thing. Let me Donald Trump, spin this thing. But so is every other hobby. Only from one perspective. If your perspective on time and wasting it is if it's, productive to society, then that's a terrible way to look at your time because you literally cannot be productive for society 24 hours a day. You sleep, you eat, you do hobbies of interest, and most likely your hobby of interest is not working at your job or, whatever other thing you could consider to be productive, studying, learning a new language. You can't do those things 24 hours a day. There is something you have to do for downtime. So if your perception of time and if it being a waste is, did it help you or help someone else? Then every hobby is a waste of time. Every single one.
minus sports because that's kind of their job.
No, it's still a waste of time. It's entertainment based. It's not productive to society. Right? So you got to look at what is productive or what is constructive. And if it's entertainment based, then that's not really helping anyone or bettering the world.
Yeah, so actors.
Yeah, waste of time. Anything that's not productive is a waste of time. So you can't say that games are a waste of time and then say, well, watching TV is not, or whatever other hobby. All hobbies are a waste of time if they're not productive. So that's how I reason it out to be that yes, video games are a waste of time because every hobby is you wasting your time on something that has no real world productivity. It's just, it doesn't help the world. And that's okay. That's okay. That's a waste of time. I should be allowed to waste a little bit of time on something that's just for me.
There's good people on both sides.
Right.
On both sides.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, those are our thoughts on some of the top 5 video game stereotypes. Let us know your thoughts. What did you think? And, do you agree or disagree with us? Reach us, contact at scspodcast.net or on Twitter at SuperCoopSquad.
That was a Johnny answer.
Yes, it was. All right, so it's time for gamer trivia. So every week, this week, 3 of our hosts go head to head in a best of 5 trivia contest. The winner, they retain bragging rights, stay and play again next week. The loser, they leave with shame and just sadness, little rain cloud over their head. So hopefully you do well out there, listener. Play along, find out just how much knowledge you have in gamer trivia.
Raindrops falling on your head.
Not on mine this week. They were all over me last week. All right. So I had to try and pick something I thought would be not too niche, because we had a guest. I didn't want to make it something that was Dragon Ball Z, pecan, crazy stuff. So, what was something that I think that was really big? People loved. Peter Jackson helmed this series. So a lot of people like it.
King
The
Kong.
Wire.
No.
Peter Jackson's King Kong the movie. The game.
This is Lord of the Rings, the movie trivia.
The movies.
The movies. All right. So I think most people have watched them, right? You've watched them. Yes. Hopefully. No crap. Well, sometimes you just pop one off and hopefully
It's all right.
it's lucky.
So people have won trivia where they know nothing about the topic.
People have
Johnny.
People have won with 0 points in Angelica.
People have won with 0 points.
Anything can happen.
All right. Well, here we go. All the best to all of you. All right. Question 1. How many rings of power were forged? A, 1, B, 10, C, 19, or D, 24? Best guess. I have Garrett's answer. I have Angelica's answer, and I have Joshua's answer. Joshua, you chose B, 10. Garrett and Angelica, you chose C, 19. Correct answer is 19. Yeah. So that is one for Garrett and Angelica.
They had a moment. You couldn't see it, but
They
they
did.
totally had a moment.
They totally did. And I'm sorry, Joshua, that is incorrect, sir. All right, question 2. So 1, Angelica, Garrett, 0 for Joshua. Question 2. What gift does Galadriel give to Gimli when they're leaving the Elven Forest? A, elvish rope. B, 3 strands of her hair. C, a kiss. D, an elvish cloak. All right, I have all 3 answers. All 3 are different.
Ooh.
So, Garrett, you chose C, a kiss.
Uh-huh.
Joshua, you chose D, an elvish cloak. And Angelica, you chose B, 3 strands of her hair.
That would have been my second choice.
The correct answer is B,
Ah!
3 strands of her hair.
What's up?
Yeah.
She's popping off over
Yeah,
here.
I mean, she's popping off.
I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen it at all.
I haven't.
Just
Uh-huh.
smashing. All right. Well, that's correct for Angelica. And that is incorrect for the 2 people who actually watched the movie.
Ask me the last time I watched the movie.
Oh,
My
that's
answer is
funny.
I don't know.
Yep. All right. So that's 2 for Angelica, 1 for Garrett, 0 for Joshua.
I feel like she's downplaying us. She's totally seen it. She's just
I don't
I've-
think she has.
I've never seen
She
them.
runs the fanfic website. All right. So question 3. Whose words were these? I don't know half of you as well as I should like. And I like less than half of you, half as well as you deserve. I don't know half of you, half as well as I should like. And I like less than half of you, half as well as you deserve. Pretty mean insult there. So is that A, Frodo, B, Bilbo, C, Gandalf, or D, Gimli? All right, again, 3 different answers. So Angelica, you said B, Bilbo. Garrett, you said C, Gandalf. And Joshua, you said D, Gimli. The correct answer is B, Bilbo.
wow.
That totally seemed like a Gandalf thing.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's 3 there for Angelica. Another correct answer for Angelica. And again, for the 2 people that actually watched this film, that is incorrect.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. So
Sorry, not sorry.
So we need 2 points, and then we have to bet 2 points.
yeah, you still have to actually
win.
beat her.
Assuming she gets no more points.
Yeah, and loses the bonus question.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Question 4. Arwen chooses to have a mortal life and spends it with her love and king, Aragorn. Why can she do this? Is it A, her immortality is tied to her even star necklace, which she gifted to Aragorn? Is it B, Galadriel gave her this option as a gift before Aragorn left? Is it C, all elves can choose a mortal life? Or is it D, she has human ancestry? So, Garrett and Joshua,
Damn.
You chose B.
Hey, if it's right, I'm totally happy with that.
Galadriel gave her this
Agreed.
option as a gift before Aragorn left. Angelica, you chose D. She has human ancestry. The correct answer is D. She has human ancestry.
Are you seriously gonna get every question right
Like, duh.
for a movie you've never seen?
Never watched it.
So that is
Let me tell you, I am wonderful.
wow. This is interesting.
I dropped my phone. That's how shocked I was.
That's incorrect for the boys. Struggling here. And yeah, that is correct for you, Angelica. So that is 4. That is 4-1 for Garrett, and still 0 for Joshua.
Okay, I was just about to ask which between the two of us has the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not doing trivia.
Hey,
yet.
I still got one. What if he throws us a loop? Like, here's 20 answers that you can give me. Boom, 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 boom.
Maybe, maybe not. All right, last question. In the Fellowship of the Ring, Samwise Gamgee fancies this Hobbit maiden. He eventually marries her after he returns from Mordor. What is her name? Is it A, Primrose, B, Rosie, C, Daisy, or D, Sarah? So his lady love, who he marries and has children with at the end of the movie, loves her all throughout the movie. They talk about her several times.
I'm pretty sure I got this right, but who knows?
I have Joshua's answer.
I'm looking at you to see if you're like winking at
I'm
him
not.
when you're giving her the answers.
I promise you I'm not. I
Looking for a
promise you.
flex in your voice.
Unless she has like very good like ability to read someone's
I do.
face. If she does, that might be it.
I'm pretty sure one of those answers was from a different movie.
You played L.A. Noire. Is that what you're doing here? You're interrogating John.
Right? Okay.
Doubt.
So I have the answers. Garrett and Joshua.
Damn it, Garrett.
You both chose B, Rosie. Angelica, you chose C, Daisy. The correct answer is B.
Yeah, we got one. We got one. I got one.
I got two.
I got one.
I'm more happy that I got one than she lost one.
So, yeah, you finally got one right, guys.
No, Gary got 2 right. I finally got one.
Yep. So, and that was her first miss there. So that is 4 for Angelica, 2 for Garrett, 1 for Joshua.
All right,
On the
so
board.
Garrett, you have the opportunity to tie or beat Angelica, or you can take a risk and try to tie or beat me. Good luck.
All right. So unfortunately, guys, this is straight up regular betting of your points. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the salty sudden death. You tell me how many points you want to bet. It could be anywhere from 0 up to however many you have. However many points you bet, you get the answer right. You gain that many points. If you get it wrong, you lose that many points.
No multiple choice.
No multiple choice. Yep, this is a straight answer. And I'm sorry, it's a little bit of work here, gentlemen. Name.
Wait, hold on. You
points
gotta
first.
You gotta let them bet the
Oh, you
points.
guys haven't bet. Sorry.
You give us the question like, oh, I'm gonna bet 0 points.
I have Joshua's bet.
Things have been going bad. I don't know.
I have Angelica's bet. And let's see what we've got from
All right.
I have Garrett's bet. All right. Name all members of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, told you.
Name the members.
So much for one answer.
It's just one answer.
That's-
Most of these you should get right off the bat. Like they're just easy names if you've watched the movie.
That's not one answer. That's 9 answers. But okay.
Well, I mean, like some of them are like literally obvious though. I'm sorry. I know. I would, if I didn't know this, I would be super salty about it.
So
too.
this is 1 point per.
No. Just 1 point for getting all of them right.
Okay.
Because most of them are literally obvious. I've even mentioned like 4 of them, I think, in this actual trivia.
No, all correct might have killed me there. The spelling count.
As long as I know who you're talking about.
And you want the members of...
The Fellowship of the Ring. From the first movie. If that means anything to you.
Oh, that's funny. You get an emoji. If you type in that name, you get an emoji.
That's interesting. I wonder what name that is. Really? Start messing around here while you guys are doing your work. On that one. But that autocorrect almost happened. I think I know what name that was. That name didn't do it. I'm not getting any emojis here, man. I'm putting in all their names.
I'm gonna text you right now.
The heck is that thing, man?
Hey, cool. That's what it is. Was that Angelica's answer?
Yeah. I'm definitely going to read. That was pretty good. Pretty funny. And yes, if it had been spelling, you definitely did jack up one of them. I know who you meant, but you definitely did jack up the spelling. But it's fine. It's obvious who it is.
Okay. Would that be the last one?
Yes, it would.
Okay, yeah. No clue.
Dude, I got this name on the tip of my brain, and you guys keep talking, I keep forgetting. Ah.
Pat Sajak. Bob Barker.
Stop, dude.
Did you guys go watch Coco?
No.
No? Oh.
I know. Well, what happened was my mom was like, we need to go watch Coco. And I was like, oh, for sure. Like, no big deal.
Before she came.
Yeah, before I came and before he told me he wanted to see it. So I'm just like,
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
But you've already seen it? Or you're waiting
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you're going to go watch it at home?
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
it,
yeah,
got it,
yeah.
got it.
I hear good things.
Did
Yeah.
you cry?
I don't
That's a good
cry a
question.
lot, but I did tear up. There's some good, this is true Pixar.
Oh,
Like they're back to form.
good.
I love it.
Yep.
We saw Justice League again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Very nice.
I didn't pick up anything.
No new
like-
stuff?
Yeah, that I didn't catch the first time other than that scene where I went to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that was straight up like Aquaman. I think it was just kind of like hieroglyphics kind of thing. It wasn't, this is Arthur Curry.
It made it seem like he knew about it though, and he really didn't have any information,
True. Yeah,
which is
yeah.
weird. Also, the fact that he's walking into the storm and he throws his bottle of like Jack into the ocean.
It's because it's cool.
He's Aquaman. He won't throw trash in the ocean. He drinks a 6-pack and throws the
Little sea turtles get caught up in it. He's,
I swear, you guys, I'm still trying to figure out this name.
That's
All right,
fine.
you're going to have to put a time limit
Can
on
you
it.
just like,
All right, so I have everybody's answers. We'll start with you, Garrett. No, actually, we'll start with Joshua. This will be a little bit more fun here. So, Joshua, you say Frodo, Gandalf, Aragorn, Aragon, but it's Aragorn, but close enough. I'll give it to you. Boromir, Gimli, also spelled very weird. Sam, Mary instead of Mary, but it's fine. Pippin, and then the one that probably everyone could have gotten, Orlando Bloom, the Archer.
Are you serious? That's the one you forgot?
Yes.
He's got an emoji.
Oh, I didn't try his name. That's funny. Okay. Well, you got it. You got all of them right. I'll allow Orlando Bloom, the Archer. You knew who he was. I'll give it to you.
His name's damn freaking escapes me.
Yep. So that's correct for you. All right. Garrett, you say Aragorn, Gimli, Gandalf, Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Legolas,
Thank you.
and Boromir, as you spelled it. Boromir.
Yeah.
That's also correct. And so that's correct for you. All right. Angelica, say Frodo, Samwise, Gandalf, Liv Tyler, Haggard, and Second Breakfast.
The Haggard.
I like Second Breakfast. That was pretty witty there. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. Now for the points, though. You were in the lead with 4. Garrett, you had 2. Joshua, you had 1.
I had the measly one.
Yep. Joshua, you had 1. You bet 1. You got 2 points.
Yay.
Garrett, you had 2. You bet 0.
Oh, shit.
I was not confident.
You got 2 points. Angelica, you had 4. You bet 0.
Of course.
You still have 4, which means you are the champion this week. Your
That's
score
right.
was literally double their score. Like together, their score was 4. You beat them. Together, they couldn't have beat you. Combined.
Angelica's on a 2P right now from
Did it,
last time
babe.
she was here.
I know.
For a movie you've never
Oh,
seen.
watch out, guys.
Yeah. So just real quick, so we had asked, off air, if Garrett and I are tied, who gets to do trivia?
We don't need to argue on air for 10 minutes about it. We'll
No, I
figure
had
it
more
out.
points.
Oh, we weren't going to argue. We already decided Garrett's
No,
doing
no,
trivia
no
next
argument.
week.
I had more points.
All right, guys. Well, that's fan faves. I'm sorry. Dang it.
Ah,
Dang
you did it.
Dang
Did
it.
it.
That is gamer trivia. I hate when I do it. All right, so we're gonna hop into best things we've never played or watched. So we'll each pick one movie and one game that we've never seen or played that we know that we really should have played or tried, and kind of talk about why we haven't seen it, and if we're ever gonna get around to it.
All right, I'll start.
All right,
Well, we'll start with just movies right now.
let's go with the movies first.
All right, a movie that I have never seen that I hear a lot of people talk about and a lot of people like. Tombstone.
Ooh, whoa!
I've never seen Tombstone. I do like Westerns. I just never got around to it. And then it's kind of been a thing now where it's like, I'm in the mood to watch a movie. A Western, maybe not, and then I'll turn on something dumb or whatever. But I really do just need to sit my ass down, and watch this movie Tombstone.
Tombstone's the one with Morgan Freeman and
Is Jeff Bridges in it? I'll watch anything with Jeff Bridges.
No, it's not Jeff Bridges. Dang it. Tombstone has Morgan Freeman and old guy Clint Eastwood. That's Tombstone.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it's Tombstone. I
don't
think
care about
Joshua's
Clint
Googling
Eastwood.
it right now. We'll wait till he figures this out, but
Kurt Russell's in it? No.
let me see if this is the movie I'm thinking of. Oh, no. Okay.
No, Val Kilmer,
Tombstone is the one. Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Sam Elliott.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know what movie we're talking about. This is one of the best Western films of all time. Like top 5 for sure.
So I hear.
Even people who like John Wayne, and he has some great Westerns, Tombstone is one of the classics. And I know, Angelica, you're a big Val Kilmer fan. Have you seen Tombstone?
Mm-mm.
You guys need to watch it. It's probably one of his best performances ever.
Okay.
I'm your Huckleberry.
You know, okay. McCree says that in Overwatch.
Yeah, it's because of this movie.
Cool.
Yeah, Val Kilmer says it. Val Kilmer is a badass in this movie. Honestly, he's the best character in the movie. I'm thinking about it now. He does some cool stuff, man. Okay, yeah, you gotta watch that, man.
Now I gotta watch that movie for McCree.
Yeah, why haven't you seen this movie?
Just never got around to it. I think it was really before I kind of hit my appreciation for Western films.
Okay.
I mean, back then, the only Western movie I ever saw was Wiki Wiki Wah Wah.
That doesn't really count.
It's a Western. It's a sci-fi Western. Fantasy Western.
Steampunk Western?
It's fine. You know, whatever. It's loveless.
Fair enough. A lot of people are cringing as they're listening to you talk about this as a true Western.
Like the Wild Wild West.
Fair enough.
If you watched it again, you probably wouldn't like it.
All right, what do you got, Joshua?
Well, I haven't seen Tombstone, and I think, Angelica, you gave me crap about this, not seeing this movie, The Godfather.
I have never watched The Godfather.
Someone gave me crap about
she
it.
gave you crap about it.
You need to watch The Godfather.
You should watch The
Of
Godfather.
many movies that I have not seen, I've been told The Godfather is a must-watch.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I wouldn't throw it up there, most important film you need to see, but it was enjoyable.
Okay, would you put Godfather over Scarface?
Absolutely.
Never seen Scarface.
Neither have I. Well, in its entirety, anyway.
I guess Scarface is more violent, but yeah, Godfather is a much better film.
Okay, I don't feel as bad now.
All right, so my movie. It's Casablanca. So I've never seen Casablanca. It's one of those classic films that I think that everyone, if you are a film critic, which I'm not technically a film critic, but I'm pretty critical of films.
Yeah, we critique films.
Yeah. So it's one of those movies I think that you should watch, and I really do need to watch it. I don't know, man. Here's looking at you, kid. I don't know.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I gotta watch that movie. So that's mine. And I don't know why I haven't watched it. It just hasn't happened.
Well, it's what, 1940s?
Yeah.
It's a while back movie.
Yeah, and the thing about great movies is that as we continue to have more movies made that start becoming, considered great, your ability to watch all the great movies diminishes. You just can't watch them all. It's just there's too many movies.
Yeah.
So,
I think we even talked about that in a previous episode.
Not doable. So yeah. All right, Angelica, movie you've never watched that you need to watch.
I'm having a hard time with this because I usually watch movies. I don't have a problem.
You get to them.
Yeah, I get to them. But I'm going to go with the answer that I probably shouldn't go on this podcast.
Toy Story?
No. The original, what's that movie with Harrison Ford? Star Wars. Yeah.
That is the perfect answer to give.
Oh, that hurt my soul.
It just hurts everybody.
I didn't even know that.
I wouldn't have married my wife if she hadn't watched Star Wars.
Really?
I mean, not
You could watch it with her.
not
It'd be
literally,
like a date.
but I made sure that there were certain things that she watched, and that was one of them. Yeah.
Damn.
You talking about
Yeah,
all of
Garrett.
Star
All
Wars?
right, I'm gonna
Well,
have to fix that because
see-
this shows poorly for me
Yeah, I was
as a
gonna say,
boyfriend.
This is a reflection of you.
Yeah, and my dad, because he also loved it,
Yeah.
but he never said, "Hey, let's watch this."
All right, we're gonna change that
Yep. Get it done, man.
in
Get
the
it done.
future.
Get it done.
You got 7 episodes to catch up on before the new one.
So, okay, why? You said your dad liked it, but you've been around, pop culture for a while.
Uh-huh.
As an adult. So,
I just, I wasn't interested in it.
okay. Does it interest you now or?
A little bit, Because I just kind of want to see what the hype is all about, but.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, let's move on
But now that could be a dangerous thing. Like, it's been decades. Will hype kill it? Like,
yeah, I think the hype that Disney pushes on Star Wars now will most definitely make those original films look bad.
I mean, to be fair to Disney, I mean, there's been Star Wars hype since the beginning. Like, it's not Disney's like all of a sudden, hey guys, Star Wars, check it out.
They're pushing it pretty hard. And the hype on it before Disney had it and there were like these great new movies was that it was word of mouth hype. Now it's like TV hype, where you see it all the time.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It gets everywhere.
It sure does.
We are never going to let that joke go, man.
Never.
Oh, gosh.
Hayden Christensen.
All right. So let's move on to games. A game that we know we should have played and we just haven't got to it.
All right. I think I may have actually mentioned it before. It's a game I really need to get to. Super Metroid.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's been in the speed run. Like, it's been in AGDQs. It's like a highly sought after game. And for me being a Metroid fan, I can't really say that until I play Super Metroid.
Okay. Fair enough. Any reason why you haven't actually just popped it on and got to it?
Well, let's see. So when I had a Super Nintendo, it was all just Mario, Killer Instinct, because my console came with it, and that was really it. I didn't, Donkey Kong, of course, but, Super Metroid just wasn't any of those games that I really thought, let me play this. As a kid, I wasn't really into like the big grand, just map filling, secret finding thing. I just wanted, hold, run and jump on people.
Yeah.
So, as a kid, I didn't really get to it. And, now that my first Metroid game was Metroid Fusion on the GBA.
Okay.
That's a long time in that series to jump in. So now I need to go back.
Okay, cool. JG, what do you got, man?
Mine is, I am probably going to say The Witcher 3.
Okay.
Fantastic game.
I've heard many, many things about it. I caught up on a lot of the must plays earlier, especially from Nintendo. I've caught up on Castlevanias. I never cared for Grand Theft Auto, even though I've heard, GTA, San Andreas, with, 5 is probably the best of the best. But a lot of the old school stuff, I didn't care for PlayStation games, didn't play a lot of Crash. So, a lot of the good games I've caught up on, but Witcher 3 I've heard is one of the best of the generation.
I'm gonna say if you enjoyed Horizon, Witcher is up there. It's kind of in that ballpark.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Here's mine. So I could have went a lot of things because I got gaming holes. We all got gaming holes.
Wag.
We got them. We got gaming holes. I could have said Metroid. I could have said Zelda.
Yeah, that would have been the obvious.
But I'm going with one, and you already mentioned it. Actually, I was kind of bummed that you mentioned it, Angelica, because now it kind of takes the punch away. But it's Animal Crossing. I've never played Animal Crossing, and I feel like I haven't ever given it a real shot.
I know I haven't.
It's so good.
So many people like it.
I can't tell you how great it is.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like something boring to me. Like, all right, I'm kind of playing house / using a village. Like, I don't get it, But I don't think you get it until you hop in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, why you play it a lot, or
I played it a lot. Growing up with my little brothers and sisters, they were all about Animal Crossing. We all had our DSs. It'd be like, open your gate, so I can come over and we can do stuff. And I'm like, all right. And it's just so much fun. It's soothing. It's relaxing. I love it.
Do you play the new ones?
I haven't played the new one yet, which makes me very sad, but I will be soon.
What about the app? Because they have an app coming up, I think, or it's
out?
It's
out.
It's out, but
have you tried it?
It's out. I haven't tried it, but I plan to.
Okay, maybe I start with the app. I don't know if that'd be a good spot or not to try it, but yeah I gotta try that game.
Yeah,
so that's mine. All right, Angelica, your game you've never played that you need to.
I want to play Persona 5.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's my girl.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I played it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Like not grotesque, although there is some of that, but like real world issues that these kids kind of go through. You're like, God, that's kind of rough to put in a video game. I don't want to give too much away, but there's some stuff. I won't say any more than that.
The whole Persona game was dark.
Yeah, they are all very dark.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So Persona 5, I think, was, in my opinion, one of the better ones.
Awesome. Great choice.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Very good choice.
Because I also want to play that game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that is us on our game and movie that we have never played that we need to. So let us know what you guys haven't played, what you need to play, what's on your list. Contact at scspodcast.net, how you reach out to us, or shout out to us on Twitter at Super Co-op Squad. All right, guys, so it's time for the speed run. So every week we'll break down 10 news stories and fun facts that didn't quite make it for a full segment. We give ourselves 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next one, finished or not. We got to go fast.
We got to go fast, Angelica.
Okay.
In the speed run. After dozens of games and hundreds that you got to catch, Pokemon has eclipsed over 300 million in shipped games.
I think it's units sold.
I did look this up, and it's 300 million units shipped to store, which essentially for them means the same thing because those all
they bought.
Yeah, they're pretty much sold from Nintendo to the retailers.
So is this what, cards?
This is strictly games across all the generations.
All of them.
Yeah,
it's a lot of units.
I actually would have thought more.
More?
Yeah, Pokemon it's a phenomenon.
300 million is a lot.
That's a lot of games.
It is, but I mean, out of all the generations that they've had, after how long it's been out, after how big and popular it is, 300 million is a large number. I thought it would be bigger.
But how much do you think one game sells in like a year of Pokemon?
I don't know, metrics.
Do you think a game sells like, 5 million?
Yeah, 5 million. You think that's like a little bit?
Okay, 5 million seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot for a game.
But I mean, if we're going all platforms or throughout generations, like from Pokemon Red.
Yeah, so let's say a game only has like 1 million sold. That's still a lot, but it's only 1 million.
Yeah.
So,
that's why I thought more.
Past 10 games, if they all do 1 million, that's 10 mil.
Next.
Nintendo's new Animal Crossing mobile game has been seeing intermittent issues with trying to play. Nintendo has apologized and hope to resolve all issues soon, giving players 20 leave tickets for those who log in within the next month. So my issue with this is I know some people, some of my friends that are playing, and you can't pick out your weeds or any dead flowers, and that's going to make me angry.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's all about, well, it has to do with some sort of cleanliness or gardening, housekeeping, and all that kind of stuff. And the game's physically not letting you do it.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. So, like, what the heck? But also, Animal Crossing people, give it to me on the Switch so that Garrett will no longer have a Switch. It'll be mine. I want it.
I'm sure it'll come. But what is it with Nintendo and these phone games not picking up? I mean, I think Mario did okay and Fire Emblem. So 2 out of 4, we're looking halfway with no issues.
I think as more people are downloading and playing it, it's just crashing the servers, and they didn't expect this many people to play the game.
I don't know. I think at some point Nintendo that excuse for Nintendo needs to stop working. Like, we didn't expect. You guys are Nintendo. Expect next. Marvel Heroes developer Gazillion Entertainment lays off all its employees the day before Thanksgiving, and reportedly employees are not being given PTO or severance packages. In addition, the game was officially shut down last Friday instead of the early December time window. This has just disgust all over it.
This sucks.
This is terrible.
Yeah. It's cold-blooded, Disney. It's cold-blooded.
Yeah. You guys know me. Like, I can't even defend Disney.
You'll give Disney a pass on almost anything.
I will surely try, but I can't trump my way out of this.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Is it entirely Disney's fault though?
I think a large portion of it is. Yes, they own this.
Yeah, I mean, they shut down the game that essentially cost jobs, but
Disney has billions of dollars. They could have delayed this. They could have let the game stand up a couple more weeks, took a couple, maybe $100,000 loss to give these guys a Christmas. Yeah. Or Thanksgiving, I'm sorry.
That's
mean.
Yeah, the timing's bad. Real
that's
bad.
Mean.
Because it also does take away their Christmas, too.
Yeah.
They have to look for another job.
And if they're not getting their PTO, God, like that's a scumbag move.
It just seems like, why would this company have... This seems like an issue like, across the seas kind of thing. Next.
Hawaii State Legislator Chris Lee wants to limit sales of games with loot boxes, calling it predatory behavior, as Battlefront 2 has set the tone to possibly change what rules and laws games can have in different states.
This would be a big problem.
Yeah.
This was probably close to being its own topic.
If different states have different laws on what is allowed for loot boxes, that's going to change a lot of how people compete.
It's really going to mix things up, yeah.
It's not only that; it's just the fact that just developers are going to have to change or maybe monitor how they make their games or how they create content. Because okay, this state can get it, but this state can't. Like, do you just continue to have loot boxes, or people are just going to outcry like, well, you shouldn't make it because I don't get it, type of thing.
Yeah, this seems like one of those things where you need to be a responsible gamer. I think that would solve a lot of the issues with it and not mix things up. We need to have it be on a national level, not a state level. This is it's getting real messy.
Or I just like the fact that microtransactions are being called out on a heavy basis, and hopefully they get just downplayed because I really don't like it.
Yeah,
personally.
Ironically, in the long run, if this happens, this is because gamers outcried.
Next.
Justice League is currently trending to be the lowest grossing box office film of the 5 DC EU movies to date. Analysts are pegging the superhero team up to bring in a total between $590 to $635 million, with total costs and expenditures placed at $575 million. So not a loss for DC, but not a great number. Yeah, and you know what sucks, honestly, is that this, in my opinion, is the best one they've made. Like, it's the best one, and it's doing the worst.
It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, but you know what the problem was? The problem was Batman versus Superman. Fool me once, and then you got Suicide Squad. Fool me twice. So people are like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
and like it was even said that Wonder Woman actually didn't make that much. Like, it was popular, and like a lot of people saw it, but it didn't make as much as I think they were hoping it did.
Yeah, BVS and Suicide Squad both made more money than Wonder Woman, which again just sucks.
Baffling.
Like, they're two best films. Like, they've knocked two out of the park. Justice League was good. Wonder Woman knocked it out of the park, I think, and now they're suffering for it, and they shouldn't. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah, like, is it too late to better themselves? Like, are they just constantly going to be spiraling down the drain?
I don't think so. I think, just keep putting out quality stuff. It'll get better.
Yeah, eventually change some people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to be hard to do with, the critics.
Yeah.
Next.
Destiny 2 developer makes significant changes to its experience in-game earning systems after players learn that the system is rigged to have diminishing returns on repeat plays.
So this was really cruel. So what they ended up doing was, while you played certain missions or activities to gain XP, if you did them on repeat, it would tell you gained the same amount of experience, but behind the walls that you see and all the things on your screen, it was actually giving you less experience. It wasn't that they were giving you less, it's that they lied about it.
That's disgusting.
Yes.
I mean, if you just outright say you'll get less experience for doing the same thing, no problem.
Right.
No one's going to say anything.
Right.
But to say that, you're getting the full stuff, no, don't shave a little off the side.
Yeah, the issue that I see, I mean, you hit it, but specifically is because this is tied into their Ingram system, where you can buy those for in-game content. So instead of continuing to give you the XP to get them for free, they cheat and lie, so you feel like you're gaining less, because you are, even though it looks like you're not. So you go spend money.
That's disgusting.
That is ridiculous.
Microtransactions.
Woo! Come on. It's poisoning games.
Yeah.
Like, there's no good part about it.
No
one can handle this correctly.
I mean, you know what? Just don't cheat your players. Let them make a decision.
Yeah, let's start with that. Let's start with some damn ethics.
Yeah, they're losing them quickly. So, yeah.
Next. Xbox One X sales are Xbox One X sales are beating analysts' expectations. All major retailers are reporting extremely positive sales, and the console sold 80,000 units in its first week in the UK, a figure that took the PS4 Pro 4 weeks to accomplish.
Do we not have numbers for the US sales yet?
We don't have numbers for the sales on the X console for the States or anywhere else. I don't know why we have them for the UK, but let it be known that the PS4 Sony is overwhelmingly dominant in the UK over the Xbox. So for this to do that means something.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna point out. But that the Xbox and Microsoft aren't as popular outside of the US, so for this to outsell the PS4 Pro in like less than half the time, that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
It is.
Yeah, and this is a console that just has new specs. It's not like a new generational gap as far as gaming, so it's pretty cool to see that it's selling.
Yeah,
kind of brings that not a competitive edge, but it still brings people back into Microsoft, even though they don't really have the games to support it right now. They're just up-resing all the old games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say besides good job.
Next. Amazon took half, at least all of the Black Friday sales. Negan would be proud. This is assuming you watched The Walking Dead.
Yep, that's a Walking Dead reference.
So I didn't get the reference, but I don't watch The Walking Dead.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Amazon has half of all Black Friday sales. That is redonkulous.
It's a lot of money. They made as far as reports go, at least $1 billion in that one day.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, you can get the same deals, if not better, online. You don't have to deal with the fuss, the parking, the people, the rage, the being, quote, thankful. But it gets delivered right to your door.
Yeah, there's no rebuttal I have. Like, there's no reason to go to Walmart and stand outside in one of them long lines for a $300 TV.
No, you don't stand in the line. You survive.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the videos.
And
Like,
the harsh colds.
It doesn't change. Black Friday is the same every year.
Yeah. This is, I mean, but the bad thing is, dang, like, Amazon's just taking over.
Do it. It's for the better.
Yeah, but they also had a strike overseas, so
Amazon.
so they're gonna have to.
Their shipping could be delayed.
They're gonna have to step up.
Next.
Coco led the box office with over $90 million in revenue. This marks 3 in a row for Thanksgiving box office successes for Disney: Frozen, Moana, and Coco.
I didn't know those two came out on Thanksgiving.
Around that, like, same general time.
Yeah. Not on Thanksgiving, but
Like,
pretty damn close.
Yeah, right around that Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, so Disney does it again.
Yeah, man, I'll talk about it later, but Coco was great, and I think Disney deserved this win. Pixar deserved this win in general, because they had a reputation for making great movies. The last couple, I think people could argue, weren't stellar,
Yeah.
but this is back to form for them.
And it's funny because you weren't that excited for it before.
Was not.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, and we'll get into it a little bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, good for you.
yeah, good on them. I think a lot of times Pixar is under pressure. Like, the people, as you just stated, we look at them as just busting out fantastic films, and that's what we expect. And I think sometimes they crack under it, and we end up getting The Good Dinosaur, but or Cars 2. But they still have it in them. Just give them the time to recuperate.
Yeah, agreed.
I've not seen the movie yet.
Yep, and this is a long minute because we don't have any more to talk about with this movie, because I think I'm the only one that's seen it.
Well, I predicted that this would happen.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Next.
Last one.
Okay. While many did in fact adore Coco, it seems that people equally hated the 21-minute Frozen short that played before Coco.
Really?
21 minutes?
Yes, this I could not believe this.
Like how long it was?
First of all, that it was long. Second of all, that I go to Pixar films looking for their animated shorts, and they're cute or funny or very expressive.
Yeah.
And you gave me a Disney like shoe-in. What the heck, man?
Well, this isn't the first time there's been a Frozen short. I don't know how long the Frozen Fever was with, I cannot remember the movie it came with, but
I'm going to stop you there, sir. That's Disney. Disney do whatever you want with your movie. When I go watch a Pixar film, I expect to watch a Pixar short, not your shoving Frozen down my throat 21-minute TV episode.
fair enough.
People were really angry because Coco actually didn't start playing until 40 minutes after the
start
announced time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
It was stupid.
That's crazy.
At least you know you won't be late for your movie.
Right?
That's true. But yeah, I really was excited. Honestly, I'm sometimes more excited to watch the short than the movie.
Yeah, I can understand that. For me, this is a no issue. This is a non-issue.
21
I'm
minutes, though?
looking forward to it.
On
That's
top
not
of
really,
the movie?
Yeah, it's not really a short, but
It's a TV episode, man.
yeah, I'm up for
Animated long.
it. I'm down for it.
I don't like it.
And
All right, guys. Well, that is our speed run. Hopefully you enjoyed those quick topics. Give us some quick topics for next week so we can use them in the speed run. All right. So our final segment, Name the Game. 3 video games, 2 competing hosts, and clues that lead to the correct answers. Use your wits, match the clues, and name the game.
all right, I had to pick. I went down. Stopped me at 2. I was hoping for that 3-peat.
Sorry, bud.
It happens. So I did know that there was going to be a guest this week. Hi. So I tried to kind of even the playing field. Maybe trying to make it like more generally known games, but let's see what happens.
Okay.
Angelica, you know how to play?
I know how to play.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, game number 1. First clue. This game changed how we see its franchise.
Tomb Raider.
No. Pass if you don't know.
Pass.
Resident Evil 4.
No. Play as Jack the Ripper.
Friday the 13th.
No.
Pass.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
No. Jack really doesn't like watermelons.
Fruit Ninja.
No.
This always happens with you.
Didn't think it'd be that hard.
I hope you got more questions lined
Jack the Ripper?
Mhm.
It's a character in a game. I don't remember the name. Sam and Max.
No. You're close with your previous guess.
Pass.
Half cyborg, half human. Cool sword.
Metal Gear Rising.
There you
Vengeance.
go.
That makes more sense after you.
All right. Hold on. All right, well, that's correct for you, sir.
I'm Jack the Ripper. It's a great game.
Didn't think
It's very short though.
be that difficult. Dang.
If you never played the game, you would have
Yeah,
no
I
idea.
never know, man.
All right, next game. Get a job and start a family.
Sims.
Joshua was first.
Crap! That's correct for Joshua.
All right. But there may be more, so we'll see what happens.
Well, there's one more.
More than 3?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. it's your time. Keep
All
going.
right, next game. Ain't Afraid of No Ghosts.
Ghostbusters.
No.
What?
Luigi's Mansion.
No.
Pass.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Pac-Man.
Close.
Pac-Man Adventures.
Wrong.
I pass.
Miss Pac-Man.
This pack. Next clue was not just for boys.
I wasn't even gonna let you get the clue out. I knew it. All right, well, Joshua, you took the name of the game there. Good job, man.
Yeah.
Dang it! If I could have said Sims a half a second later, I'd have beat you. But good job, bud. All right, well, that is name of the game. Hopefully, you out there did well. Every week it's like this. We're like, I don't know, Garrett. He's like, really? I thought they were easy. Every week.
That's the same answer you give.
And
to.
every week we tell him make more than 3 clues because we're not going to get it. And every time he never makes like 5 or 7 clues. It's pretty funny. All right. So listener mail. So we read your mail and you listen as we read it.
Okay.
So this is a response to our listener question from last week, which was if you had a Meeseeks, what would you have it do?
So the first listener mail is from Maxine, and she wrote, my Meeseeks would simply be there to do my chores every week. Just hit the box once a week, tell them to do the dishes, vacuum, and walk the dog. Poof! See you next week, Mr. Meeseeks.
It's a very utilitarian approach to using that slave labor of Meeseeks.
You'd have to hit the button every chore you want to give because you can't give them like. Oh, I guess you could say clean the house.
Yeah, clean the house. Here's a list of chores to do.
Yeah, do it that way. Do this list of chores rather than, do the dishes, poof. All right, hit it again. Clean the bathroom.
You just got to be careful, like with certain, like if you say walk the dog and the dog like gets hit by a car or something like that, some situation where he can't complete the function. Now you have a murderous blue freak on your hands. Just be careful.
Your problems are your own, old man.
Okay, that's a pretty good way. Not very creative, but useful, Maxine. So good. All right, email 2. Gary, go ahead and knock that out.
Email number 2 is from Darren. Darren writes, confirmed, Mr. Meeseeks are male. Just want to clear that up from last week. And I'd have my Meeseeks give me a foot massage each night. Just 1 hour a day as I fall asleep. Nothing there that would make my Meeseeks into a murderous psychopath looking to end my life. Unless I somehow lose my feet in between the command and the completion of said massage.
So yeah, this is why I thought about everything that I wanted to do. Like I got to be very careful with like time completion here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys aren't thinking out of the box enough, I don't think. But I mean, these are good ways to use a Meeseeks.
I mean, a foot massage?
That's pretty
every
good.
night?
That's pretty good.
No complaints here.
I don't know. He's kind of scary looking. I don't know if I want him touching my feet, man. Imagine that thing rubbing your feet while you fall asleep.
Does it feel good? All right.
I mean, do you have scary looking feet?
No, he's
Or
just
maybe your feet scare the Meeseeks. And he's just like, oh my god!
no.
Oh, look at these.
My feet are fine. All right, so how would we use a Meeseeks?
I'll let you go first because you said people aren't thinking outside the box.
Yeah, so I would have my Meeseeks on the street begging for money. Just just spend an hour or 2 or 3 or whatever whatever the limit is before he starts freaking out. Just have him go beg for cash and make me money and come back with the money.
See, the problem is when he makes you money, like someone throws him a quarter, he made you money, poof. The cup just drops on the floor.
No, and return it to me, of course. There'll be a time limit. Like, you need to be out there for 8 hours, Meeseeks. Go panhandle and bring me some cash.
8 hours is a long time in Meeseeks time.
Okay,
you're right.
The way I see it is you might just get that day where the Meeseeks doesn't get any money because no one wants to give any money to this blue thing. And then the Meeseeks is like, oh no, I gotta get the money for Johnny. I can't get the money for Johnny.
Rob a bank. Fill it up. Fill up the bank.
Exactly.
Oh, he's trying.
Exactly. So if he doesn't get any money, you're screwed because now you turned him into a murderous psychopath.
Okay, maybe there's just no way to use this guy. But let's see what you guys got.
I don't know. Foot massage seems pretty foolproof. You got one bit?
Yeah, I would use it to cuddle.
Ooh.
To cuddle?
Yeah, at night. I don't like sleeping alone. It's horrible.
Okay. And then would it poof like after you fell asleep?
After I woke up.
After you woke up. Okay. Full night cuddle.
Better hope so, Garrett. Otherwise,
Mr.
Mr. Meeseeks is going to be moving in on your territory.
Now, but what if I want to cuddle and Mr. Meeseeks is already there?
Then I wouldn't have him.
No,
Like-
She wouldn't hit the box.
Are we all three of us cuddling?
No.
Because he has to complete his task to cuddle with you.
Garrett,
but
Mr.
I'm
Meeseeks
here.
already knows her habits, how she wants laid, so you're not needed.
She wouldn't hit the button if you were there, Garrett, unless you did
No,
something.
but what, like if I show up later,
Oh,
like
then
she hits the button
that's
and
your
then
fault.
I walk in the door.
That's your fault. You're
You
like,
have to stay to the bed till morning.
you on the couch, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good morning, Mr. Meeseeks.
Good way to use it.
All right. My Mr. Meeseeks. Are they all knowing?
No,
No.
they're just
They're just they know to do a thing?
they complete whatever task you ask them to.
Okay. All right. Because I just want them to do my job. Mr. Meeseeks, just clock in.
Okay, that still doesn't get around the fact that you couldn't have a normal person do. Like, you couldn't let someone else do your job for you at your job right now.
I don't know, the zips, like what he needs is there in front of him.
Right, but like for you to clock in right now at your job or whatever you got to do, you know, show up. You have to do that. If some random stranger popped into your desk or went to your station or whatever it is, they're gonna like, get out of here, guy. So I don't think you thought this one through.
No, I'll tell him, like, I got someone coming in for me.
They'll just fire you and hire the Meeseeks. You're gonna have a murderous Meeseeks on your hands, man.
Okay. All right.
Too late. It's too late now.
Because then he wouldn't be able to.
He couldn't complete the job.
All right. Well, maybe he'll just wipe out the whole building, and then I won't have to go to work anymore.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Hey, you gotta compromise sometimes.
All right, what do you got, Joshua?
I guess there's no right answer.
Apparently not.
It's a hard thing.
I thought foot massage was a good one.
I don't know. My Meeseeks, and I'm assuming that they all either are all knowing or they all work together inside the box and whatever they came from. I want my Meeseeks to teach me Spanish.
Your Meeseeks is most definitely going to murder you.
No, because me learning something is good enough.
Yeah, Jerry thought the same thing.
Yeah, learning Spanish. So when he tries to speak Spanish to you and you have to respond, and you can't do it.
Yes, I could. If he teaches me something and I learn a word and I say, what's Spanish for no? No. Like,
And he just teaches you that one word?
The phrase is teach, and he taught me something.
So are you asking him to teach you an entire language or one word per Meeseeks?
It depends on the day.
If you tell him to teach you a language, you are most assuredly going to die.
No,
Okay.
we good.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
I'm a bit of a stickler. How's your accent?
How can you roll those R's? He's trying.
Oh, man.
All right. So, Joshua, what is next week's listener question?
Next week's listener question.
You are not prepared for your homework.
I'm prepared for my homework.
Oh, good.
You ready for this one? So, that big giant robot that the Hulk used, or I'm sorry, that Tony Stark used to try to beat up the Hulk?
The Hulkbuster?
Yeah, if you could have a Hulkbuster-like armor in a different style of like character, like what Hulkbuster character would you have?
Okay. I like it. So what kind of Hulkbuster would you choose? Answer that next week by emailing us contact@scspodcast.net.
Said I wasn't prepared.
Well, I mean, you weren't because you just looked up the Hulkbuster on the table.
I think that's what he did too. I wasn't going to say it.
Don't worry about it.
All right. So it's time for the in-game boss fight. So every week we'll pick one in-game boss fight or situation to give to another host. You have to figure out a way to defeat that boss or situation by next week. And we will go over last week's boss, as well as talk about some of the things that we did that were fun in our week up till now. All right. So last week I had to defeat Thanos with 4 powers, Infinity Stones. I'm a little sick of getting these all powerful things. And no, you didn't give me Darkseid. You gave me Apocalypse one time. I looked it up.
Okay, so I was right.
I'm so sick of getting Apocalypse and Thanos and God. Why can't I just fight like something normal?
Do you know the definition of a God? Do you know the definition of a boss fight? It's supposed to be hard, Johnny.
Yeah, but Garrett gets to fight guys eating hot dogs.
That's because you gave him those boss fights,
and I turned into a hot dog at the end of that.
That's true.
You can't get mad at me because I give you an actual challenge.
All right,
and then you manipulate the challenge. I'm gonna give him a math problem.
All right, here's how I defeat Thanos. He has 4 stones. I have 1. I have the time stone. All I need to do is just go back in time and take the stones before he can get them. That's all I got to do. And then he has no stones. I have 5.
Remember the last time someone tried to grab one of the stones? Remember when Star-Lord tried to grab the stone?
Yeah, see, but you are going based off Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes, I am.
And I'm saying that anyone can use a stone if they grab it.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, there we go.
Okay.
Well, you didn't say how you defeated him. You said
I take all the stones and then I am all powerful because I have a gauntlet that I can do anything with, including beat him to death, or I could just go back in time and murder him as a baby and not get any of the stones.
Was Thanos ever a baby?
Yes.
Make your dreams come true.
So that's how I would do that.
Okay.
For my week, watch Coco. Also, I'm going to talk about, quick D&D this week. So I'm excited about that. I'll talk about that next week. But yeah, Coco was an excellent film. It was honestly probably top 2 or 3 Pixar films of all time. I was blown away by just the story, the songs, the bravery of Pixar, honestly, truly Pixar, to make a very culturally, diverse film that was not Americanized. And I say that because Moana, people say that it was cultural, and it was not. It was very Americanized. It didn't really have a Polynesian feel, whereas this movie feels like a Mexican film, to the point where like half the songs are in literal Spanish with no subtitles. Like they did not care to make the songs like Spanish sounding and then like maybe put in a couple of cutesy Spanish words. No, whole songs were in Spanish. And I think that was brave of Pixar and smart in this day and age, and very hard to do.
So, music good?
Amazing songs. Not that I know what they said half the time, but there's one song in particular that really rings a bell with me. And they use it multiple times in different situations. And the first two times maybe you hear it, it's not a great song, in my opinion, but it's done on purpose. And the third time you hear it, right there, man, it gets you. So yeah, great film.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
So that was my week. We'll go to you, Garrett, and then we'll tag hop skip over to Angelic after that.
All right. So my boss fight was I was stuck in a room with the zombie that first one of us to sit down blew up.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really know, because I don't know if I have a way out. It's just really just kind of survive for as long as I can without getting tired. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and just have the zombie, just zombify me.
That's exactly what I was thinking for your answer. Just let him bite you.
Just let it happen. Then, he doesn't get tired. I'm not gonna get tired.
You guys
we're fine.
Just coexist.
Would you just rather be a zombie than just die?
We'll be the zombie boys. Zombie brothers. It'll be cool.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Cool,
So
man.
that's how I defeated my boss.
You made it work.
You made a true friendship.
Friendship. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So, this week had a lot of fun with my girlfriend. She was in town. We ate some good food. Saw my mom and grandma and that side of the family for Thanksgiving. Had a good time. Completed Mario. Got all the power moons.
All of them?
All of them.
Including the ones you buy from the shop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how many did you have to look up or cheat to get?
Specifically
talking about the pictures.
Dude. Let's see. How many pictures were there?
There's
a
in
lot.
total, there's like
20,
25, yeah.
25, 21.
You looked up that many for those?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Those were not fun for me. I did not enjoy that. But the game, fantastic. Let's see. Black Friday sale. I told you guys what I was going to pick up. Horizon, $20, off the PlayStation Store. So didn't even have to go deal with Black Friday. I didn't have to go survive that Friday, you know. So I bought that, and then, Fractured Butthole was, $40. And I forgot that when you buy that game, you also get Stick of Truth. And so I'm like, oh, cool, Stick of Truth. I'm gonna start Fractured Butthole. Oh yeah, Stick of Truth. Let me just pop it in. You know, it seems like it's not the 360 version, it's the Xbox One version. Means that, you know, more achievements. Mm-hmm. I forgot how fun that game is. I'm gonna play Stick of Truth first. I'm gonna jump back, or I guess jump to Fractured Butthole.
Nice.
So yeah, that was it. That was my week. Looking forward to D&D next week. It's gonna be fun.
Question.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
So you finished the final stage, I guess you could say.
Final stage.
How long did it take you?
It took me maybe a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't complete it.
So you didn't finish
traditionally.
the game. So you didn't finish the game.
I got credits. Got to the credits. I beat the boss. I beat the other boss. I just didn't do the platforming the way they wanted me to. I'm a free man. I do what I want.
I need to know how you did this.
Yeah.
Okay. Off air.
Off air. All right. So that is my week. On to you, Josh.
Nope.
Oh wait, no. Sorry.
Well, should you give Angelica a quick boss fight?
Josh to do that next time she's here. That works.
Let's see.
Or she can do it right now.
No, that's not how it works.
All right, babe. I'm gonna give you a quick boss fight. You have to survive one day in school with Tom Holland, Peter Parker.
Ew, I hate that guy.
I know. I'm sorry I have to do this to you.
Oh, he is the worst Superman to ever live.
Spider-Man.
Whatever. Same difference.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you survive that day?
Well, no, that's not her. You do it
that's right,
next
for
time
next
she's on
time.
the show.
Oh.
Whenever
Okay.
she comes back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how was your week?
My week was good. Came down here, had a lot of fun. We watched Justice League again.
Yep.
I really liked it. It was good. But I think, you know, how do I say this? They gotta redo their whole universe. I think they need to stop with the Shazam. They need to stop with Black Adam. They need to just put like the Batman movie on hold and basically give me a Green Lantern movie. Give me a Cyborg movie. Work your way up from there. And then maybe I want a live action Batman Beyond series.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's what I want.
As a show, not a movie.
You know, I'll take it anyway.
Okay.
Because
but
I know that it's not going to be good, but I just want to see the attempt.
I think there's potential. Definitely.
Futuristic Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, the Flash movie is supposed to be Flashpoint. And, or what people are speculating is that Flashpoint is going to kind of be that reset for the DC EU. Is, you know, we're hearing, Batfleck wants out. Probably the events after Flashpoint would be the perfect opportunity to cast a new universe, essentially.
Like a new Batman, and this is what happened because of the events in Flashpoint.
Yeah, that's what people are speculating. And honestly, if there is going to be a reset, that is the way to do it. Do not just have a new movie with a new person and assume that all is the same, because I think that's bad.
okay.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then other than that, Gotham, and Mr. Robot. I love it.
I saw one random episode of Mr. Robot, and I said, this is pretty interesting.
yeah,
Have you seen you caught up?
she loves
Oh,
it.
I'm totally caught
It was
up, yeah.
the whole, the building was getting taken over.
What do you mean taking over?
One of the
You
buildings.
said now was the episode that he watched.
Yeah, one of the buildings was taken over by all these thugs in masks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I
was
saw that
such a good
episode.
episode.
And I saw that and I was like, oh.
It was no commercials, right?
Nope.
Yeah. That episode was awesome.
Yeah, the director, how they essentially pan that, everything's panned in and out. There's no cuts in most of the scenes. It's pretty intense. I have a quick question for you.
Uh-huh.
So if you're going to have a Batman Beyond film or series, who would you cast as Terry McGinnis?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'm terrible
Okay.
at these as well.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
It was on the spot.
But just give it to me.
All right.
All right, on to you, Joshua.
All right, so my boss fight. So I'm faced up against Wario, and he is completely covered in Nintendo 64 systems as his armor.
Yep.
And I have to figure out how to destroy Nintendo 64 armor.
Just beat Wario.
So I just put him in the ocean, and he sinks because the armor is so heavy, and he can't float.
Don't 64s float though?
I mean, you put enough 64s on top of each other, it's just going to sink.
I mean, he could also just fart and like kind of catapult himself out.
He can't fart. He blocked that hole with an N64 cart.
Okay.
Wow.
with a whole cart?
Yeah,
Just the cartridge?
just one of the carts that was in the system, and that blocked the gas hole.
You gotta
must
wonder
be
if-
Donkey Kong 64.
Was that a personal thing that he wanted to do, or was this actually beneficial as armor?
I don't know, and I don't question the things he does. We just accept it as reality, and we just move on.
Okay.
So
How was your week?
And then he's at the bottom of the ocean figuring it out. So my week was pretty good. Had a really good week. I had Thanksgiving a little bit with my dad, and then he went and saw some other friends up north, and I spent it with my mom and my sides. Didn't get to spend it with my sisters. One of my sisters had to work, the other one lives in Colorado, but we got to do a little bit of FaceTime. It's the first time I've actually used FaceTime since I've had my iPhone. Had it for about a year. Never used FaceTime. And then I got invited from another special guest, aka Johnny Mac, invited me to come spend some time with him and his family, which was awesome. I brought the girl I'm dating right now. Her name is Tiffany. She came along. We had some games, had some food. It was a lot of fun. So I appreciate you. Inviting me over. That was a lot of fun. You're always a good host. Much appreciative.
Thanks, man.
So, Tiffany and I wanted to go watch Coco last night. So in similar fashion as when I explained Thor, we went to the movies and T-Mobile Tuesday had the $5 offer. The internet was not working at all at the theaters. Just for some reason, it was just too many people.
It never does.
It never does.
Not inside the theater.
So we're like, okay, we found a parking spot. So we just need to get these tickets. So Adam Tickets is just loading. Finally got through. We go to try to purchase the tickets. The ticket was sold out. I was surprised. Ticket was sold out on late Saturday night, 8:45. And we were just like, oh, I guess it's not meant for us to go watch movies ever. So we didn't watch Coco, went back to my place, and then just watched some TV. Which was the same thing we did when we tried to see Thor.
I feel this is your fault now, though. Like, you've already been burned. You live in SoCal. You gotta know that, like, metropolitan suburban theaters, they sell out. You gotta buy your tickets ahead of time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
I have no more empathy for you.
Well, going forward or no?
Yeah, no. What happened with Coco? That was your fault. You already learned with Thor 2 weeks ago. You should have learned your lesson.
I guess I didn't. So I guess I'll watch Coco next week.
Okay.
So I played a bunch of Mario. So Garrett, I don't know. I feel like you cheated.
Oh, I most certainly cheated.
Yeah. Oh, you can cheat in that game. That's wrong. So I did
at least in one spot.
I did finish the last. I finished Mario. I finished the
final
post game stuff.
Gotcha.
The ending when he's scaling the building when Cappy's talking to him. That's pretty awesome. I like that.
That was cool.
That's pretty awesome. So I don't have all the power moons that you can buy from the shop. Essentially, there's 120 something power modes that you can just purchase.
Well, yeah, they do that for people that
Can't get them.
aren't up for the challenge, but you do have to buy at least one from each world. That is the one that counts.
Yeah, and then anything extra will count towards the post game worlds that you can visit because you have to have a certain amount of moves to do that.
Yeah.
So many cool costumes and so many cool items. Besides those extra power moons that you don't earn, so to speak, I'm missing one.
Do you know where?
Yeah, it's a photo. So out of all the 25 photos, there's only one that I can't figure out. It's the one that says keep.
Oh, okay.
Did you figure out that one on your own?
Yeah.
That's the one I don't remember and I can't find. I did all the other ones and they're pretty damn
that's one of the easier
tough.
ones. So yeah, it'll be easy to get to.
Yeah, once I just see it, I'll see it. But
Yeah.
besides that, I've earned every power moon in that game. I don't know what the runtime is. I have to look at the runtime. It's a lot of
I
fun.
didn't even know. Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
And then Xenoblade Chronicles 2 comes out in a week.
Nice.
God, who knows how long I'll be stuck on that game for. So that is my week.
All right, boss fights. So Garrett, you, sir, you are a Walmart greeter on Black Friday.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you're a Walmart greeter on Black Friday. And all of your customers are a mix of zombies, the what the heck are those things from Halo? Wow, it's been a long time.
Grunts?
No,
Arbiters.
no,
Flood.
The flood. Yeah,
Oh.
zombies, and the flood. Those are your
That
two
sucks.
like shoppers, your Walmart shoppers.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
how
Kind
do
of like
you-
real life.
Yeah, right? How do you survive the day, man? What do you do to get, I mean, you're going to live, but how do you mentally get yourself through this?
Okay. All right.
And I'm talking like bad Black Friday, like back 2008, like
Yeah, no.
people just running through for TVs.
That's every Black Friday.
It's been a little, it's dipping, but okay.
All right.
So that's your boss fight next week.
All
man.
right. I have some substitution. And Joshua, your boss fight is going to be from Angelica.
Angelica's giving you the boss
Yeah.
fight.
Angelica's giving you
So
my
you
boss
had
fight.
you had no say in this whatsoever.
Actually, no. But
I was just curious.
I'm cool with it.
It's good. You'll like it.
Maybe.
By the way you said that, I don't think I will.
I'm excited for this. Garrett's always nice to you in these boss fights, so.
Okay. So here it is. In a world where Joshua is dressed up in drag as the Goblin King himself, stuck in the crazy stair room, he is trapped with 1 million meth-induced goblins. There are no windows or doors.
So I'm the Goblin King.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like Shadow of Mordor.
No,
Shadow of
no.
War.
No, David Bowie, The Labyrinth.
Sounds like you're out of luck.
And they're on meth.
And so I'm supposed to defeat them, escape them.
You're just stuck there.
Your boss fight's just to survive. You know those kind of boss fights where you think you have to just whittle down the enemy's health bar, but there's a time limit
Yeah,
counting down. You just have to
I
survive.
have to figure it out. The theme of this podcast is just survive.
Survive.
I mean, yeah.
Metal Gear Survive's not even out yet. It's Super Cop
Yeah,
Squad
and-
Survive
It
Edition.
shouldn't do too well, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right, what
Thanks,
are you giving
Angelica.
Garrett?
You're welcome.
What am I giving Garrett?
Mhm.
I don't
What
give
are you
Garrett.
giving?
What are you? What,
Oh,
what,
I'm
what I'm
sorry.
giving
What are you
you?
giving me? I'm sorry.
Right. So you're trapped playing a little game. I don't know what they call it. They call it croquet, cricket, whatever. So you're.
Stop looking around my garage.
I'm not
man.
looking around your garage,
I have a croquet set right over there.
and I also have notes in my phone.
Okay. All right.
You are facing the Queen of Hearts. Did they play croquet in that game? Cricket.
They did play cricket.
Okay,
yes.
so cool. So you're in a little mini tournament with her, and you have to defeat her. But you know, she rules all of the land. You have your flamingo clubs that are never gonna hit the ball. The balls, the little hedgehogs, they're never going in the hole. They're always going around the hole. Somehow you have to figure a way to defeat her. Honestly.
Okay.
Or it's off with your head.
Okay. All right.
You need to keep your head.
The catch-22 here, because if I beat her, I feel like I'm going to get my head chopped off. If I lose, I'm going to get my head chopped off.
That's your boss fight. Is that fair? Is that
Your
fair?
Your boss fight
Because-
is to survive.
'Cause-
All right.
better
cool.
than Thanos?
All right. I'll figure it out. All right, guys. Well, that's the podcast for this week. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it as always. Angelica, thank you for joining us
Thank you,
again.
thank
Mhm.
Always fun.
Anytime.
Yeah. Anytime you're down, come on the show. We'd love to have you.
Okay, I will.
All right, cool. For all you guys out there, again, thanks for listening. If you want to support the show, you can do that in one of several different ways. Give us a review, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you're listening to us, whatever app you're listening to. Go ahead and knock that out. We'd appreciate that, guys. It helps us find a new audience, helps people find podcasts that they enjoy. So if you want to help people out, find things they like, do that for us. Also, let friends and family know. If there's anyone out there that you know that would really benefit from or have a good laugh just listening to us or get some information, give them a quick update on the show, let them know what it is, and maybe just give them some details. And lastly, guys, you can go ahead and become a Patreon of the show. A patron. Go to patreon.com/Super Co-op Squad. There you can become a patron for $1 or more, and everything that you give, guys, goes directly towards the show, our server costs, upgrading equipment, all kinds of things like that. So, definitely do that if you have an opportunity. But honestly, just listening, as I say every week, is the biggest thank you and the biggest reward we could have from you guys. So thank you for that. If you want to chat with us, reach out to us, contact at scspodcast.net, or on Twitter, reach out to us as a group at Super Co-op Squad. You can also find me individually at JohnnyMac24.
You could find me at Literally Gel.
You can find me at GJL3275.
And I have the longest name, Joshua_4_life.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. And as always, I'm Johnny Mac.
I'm Angelica.
I'm Garrett.
I'm Joshua.
Bye.